Well, hello. I have done a funny, and I will mention the funny in a minute. Hold on. Ouch. Alright, well, the funny is, I don't have Spyro installed, so give me a moment, and I will get the classic Spyro up. I want to do Reignited Trilogy, but that's okay. We can do classic Spyro as well. Hope everybody's doing fantastic today. I was going to stream earlier, but I had to go run some errands real quick. And now we're here. Just drag this into there. Alright, let's get this started. Hopefully this will work. Okay, that looks good. Alright, and then alright, I'm setting it up. Give me 1 second. Hey Braxter, welcome. Currently fixing a funny moment at the moment. I went to go launch Spyro, and I realized that, hey, I don't have Reignited Trilogy installed. So I'm currently getting classic Spyro 1 up to go, just making sure everything looks fine here. Okay. It's good to me. There it is. It looks so stretched. But I think that should be fine. Okay. Now let me just do a little bloop. There we go. So now let me unmute it. Well, let me mute the YouTube play. When did it switch to Spyro 2? Oh, it's a Spyro Trilogy soundtrack. I thought it was just the soundtrack for 1. I knew that didn't sound like one soundtrack for a second. I was like, what the heck? Alright. We got that going. Sounds good. Sup, Sharon? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Alright. Great file. I'm doing alright, Adam. Hope you're doing well.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age. We now have 12,000
For a dragon's
treasure, or
age.
is it 14,000?
What about this Ga-Norc character?
Gnasty
Now, I
Ga-Norc.
understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into
Good
warriors
to hear,
for
good to
his
hear.
cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Norc is a simple creature. Simple? He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides,
It is a good one.
ugly.
For a while, I didn't really like it as much as the others, but I do like it quite a bit.
Looks like I've got some things to do.
I'd probably rank them Spyro 2, Spyro 1, then Spyro 3. I don't really like 3 as much. Alright, Spyro.
Thank you for.
Now, I've already done a full stream of the Reignited trilogy. I believe it was the entire Reignited trilogy on Twitch. I don't think I played 3 on
What
Twitch.
about Nasty
Oh no.
Norc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first.
Yep, 26 years old. Spyro is old. Probably not. Just because, again, I am technically a tester for the game, and I don't want to accidentally spoil anything or show off anything that I'm not supposed to. I don't know if I'll go for 100%. I might. I don't know. I just know that we'll be here for a while if I do. So I'll at least try and get all the gems in each home world.
Where's Nasty Norc?
I don't know.
Oh,
Last
Torch.
update I heard wasn't as
Keep
good
your horns on, Spyro. You have
because
much
they're
to
making you
learn
gamble
first.
for skins
Do you know
that
what
people
the
want.
dragonfly following you is doing?
Um,
His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Sure. Mr. Sparks. You have to jump on these in a specific order? Nope. Okay. Yep. Also, there's Breaking Badnik or Really Raz. So, if you want speed sim content, no, I'm just kidding. I think Raz is pretty much done with it. But Sonic content in general, still go check him out. Right. Let's go through the gates, or actually, no, let's try for this. Stuart Copeland, legendary soundtrack designer, composer, whatever you want to call it. ROM hack video this Friday? Nice, nice. Hopefully that comes out well. Where are you? There you are. That's probably the best I've ever done that speedway. No, I don't want to try again. Usually I go in and I mess it up and have to restart. Alright, let's go to... what's it called? Stonehill? Yeah. Right after I collect these gems. Gosh darn it, camera. Are you with me or are you against me? When's the Spyro Speed Simulator game? Give Sonic some real competition. Put a Spyro Simulator, put a Crash Simulator. Nintendo's never touching Roblox. It'd be funny if they did. Also, what's up, Princess? How you doing?
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving
I forget
your
that Twitch has a
that could be useful if you run into trouble.
chat because
Not
no one
that
usually
you
uses it.
ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Just pop this chat out. I'm actually surprised that Restream even shows it because they took a lot of the features away from Twitter. Spyro Flying Simulator. Maybe. If Activision cared about money. Or, well, now it's up to Microsoft. I'm doing well. Glad to hear you're doing well. As I said previously, I don't know if I'm going for 100%. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I'd honestly like to see it capture the flag. I think it would work pretty well with the Spyro, Crash, and Skylanders cast. I don't know why they haven't even thought of doing anything with Roblox yet, because, like, I mean, like, a lot of companies are going for it, and there's a lot of money to be made. Making like a capture the flag, or just, you know, doing something similar to like Rumble for Roblox.
How about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
To drop down in mid-flight. Flight is mid? Confirmed? I went the complete opposite direction that I was supposed to. Though, I will say, if it gets to a point where, like, I feel like I'm getting tired of the game, I might swap it out for multiverses, because I know Season 2 just dropped. And I'm kind of curious just to see, like, how the changes are, because I haven't played it in a hot minute. Alright, come here, thief. Oh, you lucky son of a... Slip right by me. Oh. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. I played a couple of weeks of Season 1, and then, like, by the time, like, I don't know. By the time Agent Smith came around, or he was getting closer to Agent Smith getting in, I kind of just was like, you know, I don't really care to play it right now. Agent Smith wasn't enticing enough for me. I mean, Samurai Jack's a great pick. I'm just not a big fan of Samurai Jack. I've never watched the show, so I have no connection to Samurai Jack. And then Beetlejuice, really cool, but again, kind of same with Samurai Jack. I don't really care for Beetlejuice all that much. So I'm not in like a rush or a hurry to get either of those fighters. And we don't even know how we're going to get Beetlejuice yet, because they've stated that he's not a Rift character, so I hope the decision that they made to or the change that they made to getting characters like Beetlejuice isn't going to become like a super grindy thing, because I just don't got the time. Alright. I feel like I'm missing a chest or something up here, so I'm just gonna run around for a second. There's some gems over here, so I knew I was missing something. There's a gem right here. Any more? A fighting game where you need to grind or play any of the new content it adds is bad, actually. I just see, you know, I know fighting games have some grind, or well, free-to-play games in general have some grind to them. Like, obviously that's to be expected, but I just was not feeling it with Season 1. Season 1 was just not great. Yo, thanks so much for upgrading to Supporter Tier Plus. Much appreciated. I will be getting those perks that I have listed updated. I still have the Supporter exclusive chat. I just got to make room for it on the stream, so give me some time and I'll post instructions and whatnot in the members only tab on YouTube. Well, much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Was that? Oh, hi. All right, I jumped through. I jumped down. I was like, when did I go through here? Need the extra life. Have I seen a regular show? I have. And I hope that Mordecai and Rigby get in. That'd be pretty sick. If he did. Also, I heard the notification go off for some kind of alert, but it didn't go through. Why does it do that?
When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Unless it did go through and the sound was delayed. Favorite show in general? That's kind of hard. Because, like, I really enjoy SpongeBob a lot. Like, I think if I were to choose any, like, cartoon that I, like, grew up and really enjoyed, probably be SpongeBob. Which way, Sparks? Oh, there. D. But yeah. Probably SpongeBob. Seasons 1 through 3 specifically. The humor is just great. Really like the humor. Oh, hello, wizard. I miss you. And you. And there we go. I've tried getting to Adventure Time. I think for me it's just don't really like the art style of it all that much.
Freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger.
Thingamajigger. And jump. There we go. All right. Oh. Gosh darn it. Spyro, your horns need to enlarge or something. Let me enable big head mode. But I have seen some episodes of Adventure Time. It's pretty funny. Does he not have red stripes on his back quill? Has that never been a thing? Because I thought he had red stripes on all his quills. I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't really bother me too much if he doesn't. It just looked like he did. Don't really have much of a preference for that. As long as he looks like Shadow, I'm okay.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
Oh, that.
Oh, that. It's so weird hearing Spyro's first voice actor. Because, like, the absolute change from this guy to Tom Kenny in the second one is just so noticeable. How did I manage to get that bump up? What happened? Is that a speedrunning strat? Did I just accidentally stumble across some kind of speedrun strat? Stonehill is a great opening level, in my opinion. At least I think people would say that Stonehill is the opening level for Spyro. I count it as it being there because it's just literally the first level that you see. A hypertension movie of all time, as its actors say it will. I'm under the impression that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is going to be the best Sonic movie ever. Just, there's a lot of, like, factors that go into it, and mostly because Shadow's in it. Mostly because Shadow's in it. Because you have the same response for Sonic Adventure 2. And the movie is heavily taking influence from Sonic Adventure 2 in some aspects. Now, it's not doing a one-for-one adaptation of Adventure 2, but it's taking a lot of aspects from Adventure 2 that people liked. And the only other popular Sonic character aside from Sonic is literally Shadow the Hedgehog.
Welcome to Town Square.
So I think the general public and majority of the fan base will probably just look at the third movie and just unanimously agree that it's going to be the best movie so far. Just again, simply because the fact that Shadow's being introduced. Saving it to slot 2? Okay. I am not too bothered, but we'll have to wait and see. Apparently there's already reports of people watching the movie. I don't know if they're watching a full cut of the movie or if it's a rough cut and, you know, they're just showing it to people that have worked on the movie. Because so far it's only been seen by what? Oh, hi. How you doing? Thought I got rid of you. It's already been seen by Tom Hulkin Is that his name? Tom Hulkenberg? Is that the composer? I have the vinyls over there. He's seen it, and then there's reports of another media insider that was the same media insider that leaked Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog, that said that his friend saw the movie and has said that it's the best of the trilogy. And whatnot. So we're gonna have to wait and see.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Oh, did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X?
I know people are hoping for Amy and Rouge to be in it, but I highly doubt it at this point. We've had so many toy leaks for other big things in the movie that I just don't see it being possible that they're included. They would have been in the toy leaks. Which is kind of a shame, because Rouge does play a huge... Both Amy and Rouge play a huge role in Adventure 2, in my opinion. Do you remember that one Legend of Spyro game where you could find Crash Bandicoot dead in frozen ice? Was that Legend of Spyro, or was that A Hero's Tale? Because I know A Hero's Tale had, I think, something similar. How would a... Because it's... You know, even though Rouge and Amy play a big role in Adventure 2 when it comes to Shadow, you don't technically need those characters there to tell Shadow's story. Those roles can be given off to someone else. Like, for example, I predict that JoJo, Tom's niece, is going to be the one that, like, makes Shadow remember Maria, sort of similar to how Amy did at the end of Adventure 2. Like, I think JoJo is going to be used as the person that changes Shadow's heart. And then that one gun agent played by, what's her name? Kristen Ritter. Everyone who thought that was going to be Rouge, I think she's going to be similar role to Rouge, but just as a human gun agent. Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm expecting, like, a lot of changes to happen. Like, I don't know. I saw something. Again, it could just be a fake thing that happened. But I think someone mentioned that they got, like, a survey talking about teams in the movie or team-ups in the movie. And one of them, like, suggested that... And now, again, I don't know if this is true or not. It'd be super weird if it is. But one of them suggested a team-up of... Like, they were asking, what would you call a team-up of Shadow Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik? And, I mean... That'd be really weird? I don't know. That'd just be super weird to just be like, here's a team-up of Gerald Robotnik and Robotnik. All of a sudden. Like, isn't he dead? Like, yeah, you could use time travel and whatnot, but, like, why? Because, to my opinion, I don't think Gerald had any, like... I don't know, he didn't really have any intentions that... I don't think he shared many intentions that Robotnik shares.
I'm getting a little winded.
I mean, that is true. That is true. The possibilities are endless with the movieverse. Now, to say that Amy and Rouge won't ever appear in the movieverse, I highly doubt that. Because Amy and Rouge are both big characters, so obviously, you know... I think at least one of the movies will have either Amy or Rouge. But I mean, again, it's still kind of iffy. Because I think I remember reading somewhere that Paramount's not all too comfortable with adding Rouge. Because of her obvious, like, sexual design. Don't know how else to put it. If not movie 3, I could see, you know, I could see like a spin-off series including them. I mean, again, take it with a grain of salt, but the media leaker who said that their friend went and saw the movie and said that it was the best of the trilogy also reported that there's apparently already a 4th and a spin-off series, another spin-off series put into development as of right now. But again, grain of salt. We'll just have to wait and see. But I do think a 4th one is possible. Oh, and they'll have her, team up with the Ninja Turtles. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. I really want Metal Sonic to appear. I kind of want him to be like the main bad of 4. But again, who knows? Maybe they'll add in an exclusive movie universe villain, sort of like what they did with the Knuckles show with the Buyer, which I kind of wish that they expanded more on him a bit.
Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Rouge body double. I kind of don't want Megan Fox to voice act anyone, to be honest. Her performance as that one character in Mortal Kombat 1, she doesn't need to be the voice of Rouge at all. She doesn't need to be the voice of anybody. They say he will be white like the other movie Robotnik. Which, I mean, you know, I don't really mind if that does end up being the case. Like, I think that design fits him perfectly. I love the Badnik designs for the movie. They're really cool and unique, and they just look, I don't know, really cool. If it were me, though, this is how I would handle Metal Sonic. I tie him to Silver in a way, because like they have the perfect opportunity to go with like a Terminator kind of situation where Metal Sonic's like this big threat in the future, and he's traveling back in time to take out Sonic himself, and Silver travels back to the past in pursuit of Metal Sonic. And he gets the actual Sonic confused for Metal Sonic. And that's kind of how I would handle Metal Sonic in the movies. It gives the perfect excuse for using time travel, and it gives the perfect excuse for Silver to confuse Sonic for somebody he's not. Sort of similar to 06, where Silver thought he was the Iblis Trigger and he was not. Well, see, if they were to do the Terminator route, they could just have it to where, like, he could, like, mesh and transform into what Sonic actually looks like. Which would be really weird, but, like, once that coating is away, then they could show his actual metallic form. I'd really love to see Neo Metal Sonic, but that's not happening. That is asking for way too much. But yeah, Spyro. Back to talk about Spyro. I really love Dark Hollow. This is probably a really good not starting stage. Really good stage in the starting area. Oh, trust me, I do too. Sonic needs to be good.
Big enemies like this Ga-Norc with the club.
I'm a big supporter of Wade and the Chaotix. I think the Chaotix would make for a perfect team for Wade. He's already tied to the government in some way, and on top of that, they're a detective agency. So, I mean, I don't know. Wade and the Chaotix would be pretty cool. And technically, they're already confirmed to be in the movie universe because of that tie-in comic that they did. Oh, I thought he dropped something else. Alright. I believe that's everything here. Correct. I was missing gyms in Town Square. Oh well. Yeah, they were there as a cameo, but still, I mean, I'm pretty sure all the characters shown off there are tied to the movie universe in some way.
The artisan's boss is through a portal behind me. You can challenge him now, if you feel you are ready.
If you feel you are ready. Sure thing. Toasty. Let's hope Silver and Blaze in the 4th movie. That would be cool. Well, hi, doggy. Eh. Sonic has some good games. They're both good, in my opinion. But Spyro's did have Skylanders. Peaklanders. Ouch. There's not much room to roll there. Oh yeah. I do remember you posting something about that. How does it... is it working pretty well? Nevin. Nevin 11.
Nasty Norc has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro.
Why does Spyro
This
sound more like
boss
Silver?
has many tricks up his sleeve.
It just sounds like Silver. Sounds very nasally. Oh, that's pretty cool. Because Shadow reminds a lot of people of Vegeta from Dragon Ball, and Silver reminds a lot of people of Trunks from Dragon Ball, and Trunks is Vegeta's son in Dragon Ball. Oh no, he dropped his scythe. Yes, for real. Trunks in Dragon Ball travels back in time to save Goku and his friends, and Silver travels back in time to save Sonic and his friends, so... Oh yeah, no, the bosses were far too easy in this game, and I think it's just simply because they, you know, I don't think they wanted anything too difficult, but also because it's the first time they were handling bosses in this kind of, like, way. So it makes sense. Go to Peacekeepers. Dark Hollow has some pretty chill music to vibe to. A lot of these levels have it. I think I prefer the art style. I mean, I love Reignited Trilogy, don't get me wrong, but going back and playing the classics and just, I don't know, seeing the art style and whatnot, it just feels very nice.
Peacekeepers, Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us and stolen. Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Like, they did a really good job with the skyboxes in Reignited, but I really like the skyboxes in the original. They just look so clean. They look like dream worlds rather than trying to be something realistic. Turret it, Spyro. Bonk. Oops. Might be a little too far off. Come on. And bonk. Dark Hollow is a level from Spyro. Oops. Yeah, we played it in the first home world. Hardest Spyro game? Huh. That's difficult to answer because I think they're all pretty easy. I mean, Spyro 3 definitely comes with more challenge, I think. I haven't played either of the Legend games, so I can't really say anything about the Legend of Spyro trilogy, but I'd imagine that there's probably some kind of difficulty curve with the Legend of Spyro games. But I'd say for the original trilogy, I don't think there's really one that's too hard, unless you do want to just go outright and say 3, because 3 has the Yeti minigame, the boxing minigame with the Yetis, and can it be cheap sometimes? Conan O'Brien. Best Metal Sonic form for me, in my opinion, is Neo Metal Sonic.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
Why'd you say it like that? I was born to glide. I do love Mechasonic's design. I wish they'd bring Mechasonic back in some kind of way. Isn't there like a... I think so. Yep. Couldn't remember if it was left or right. Maximus!
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head.
Which I think we'll
Those birds
definitely
might
see
look
going
tough, but
forward.
they're pretty tasty.
Especially if they
Broiled,
keep it up with like the classic
salt.
games. Thanks for getting cut off, my guy. If they keep it up with the classic games, like sort of building off of what Superstars did, then I could definitely see a lot more characters returning, both modern and classic. Let's see. Is there anything else up here that I missed? I think, yeah, right here. But I could just come back because I'm gonna need the glide. Ouch. Stupid bird. But Sonic games should have a remake. Both the adventure titles, in my opinion. Which I'm surprised they're not doing.
Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about?
But if I had to choose one, I've been thinking about that rumor of the supposed like Sonic Heroes remake, and I definitely think Sonic Heroes deserves that remake treatment, because going back and playing it, it can be pretty rough, and I think with modern technology, we definitely have more than enough to improve on the gameplay style a lot. Why are you not collecting the gem sparks? Get the gem! Now, why would they do that? Why would they put this little crevice here and not put anything here? It makes me feel like they were planning to put something here, but they didn't. Oops. Let me go ahead and take care of these guys over here. Alright, who's coming first? Come on. Oh yeah, fried eagle, vulture, whatever. It might actually be a vulture. Oh yeah, like I said, Stuart Copeland did an amazing job with the soundtrack for Spyro. All the songs in Spyro are pretty much a bop. One of my favorite things to know about it is that one of the songs, one of the melodies that Stuart did for this game is very, very similar to the melody of the Amanda Show, if anyone's watched that from long ago. It's just funny hearing it. It's just like, wow, Spyro, what are you doing here? When it comes to video games, I don't know, because like it's such a weird like thing for me. Like looking at how he does it in the movies, like it looks perfect. It looks amazing. Like I feel like if you were to give Movie Sonic 10 arms, it looks super odd and awkward, and I hope they never do. But when it comes to tan arms in the video games, it just kind of works. So like, I don't know. Some Kentucky Fried Seagull. Hell yeah. I could see Spyro working at a Kentucky Fried Chicken if he were real. Just burn the... get him on the fryers. Spyro, we need a 10-piece chicken. Say no more. And there we go. Ouch! What's up, Nationverse? How you doing? Watch where you're firing that cannon, buddy. Those... what are these? Are these kangaroos? That it would be. Boing, boing, boing. I never really noticed that. I thought they were like rabbits or something. This is totally 100% on a not emulator. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I was gonna play Reignited, but I did a goof and I realized that Reignited was not installed. And I don't have the game on PlayStation 3. I don't have a backwards compatible PlayStation 3, and my PS1 does not... well, actually, I could have played on my PS1, now that I think about it, because I do have the HDMI converter. Huh. Maybe I'll do that next time. With Spyro 2. And actually, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna have Spyro stare at you. Spyro, watch my viewers. No, Spyro. You guys keep an eye on Spyro. I'll be right back. Sup, Spyro? This actually reminded me. Yesterday, I got a package from my best friend. And she sent me, since I guess we're on the topic of Sonic movies, it kind of makes sense. She sent me this poster signed by Ben Schwartz right here. From one of his stand-up comedy shows that he did, from the same location that I went to go see him live at with her when I went to visit her in December. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Got myself an autographed Ben Schwartz thing. I need to hang it up sometime. Oh no, he just does a bunch of stand-up improv comedy shows. Like, you could probably buy them. Though I'm sure you probably have to get like a special VIP package to get like the signed poster. But it looked to be like the second one that was handed out that was signed by him, so. Because they have like a little number 2 on it. Let me tell you, it's actually really surreal to see him in real life. And just... it's so weird, like, knowing that he voices Sonic, because that's all I was hearing when I was watching him on stage. Like, all I heard was just Sonic doing improv, and I was like, that's weird. I don't like that. But also, I kind of do. And man, is he tall. He is a tall lad.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
Oh, I missed some gems. Dang it. So funny to see him hit the wall. I wonder why they put extra lives in a clamshell and then decided not to do it ever again. What if I could do an interview with Ben Schwartz? I don't even know what I would ask him. Alright, sure, no problem. Catch you later. And yeah, always good to talk. You too. But yeah, no. If I were to interview Ben Schwartz, I don't even know what I would ask him. Probably ask him a bunch of things like, Crash Bandicoot related. What's up, Kraken? How's it going? Because I know he is a gamer. I've seen him on Twitter playing through some games. I just want to know his opinions on Crash Bandicoot. Really elaborate hypotheticals. Really elaborate hypotheticals. Yeah, that would be funny. So hypothetically, you know. I think I have to be higher to make that glide. Let's get higher, Spyro, so like we could make that glide, dude. How you doing, Kraken?
What's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
I played it a few months ago. I did a 100% run on my PlayStation 1 a while ago. Just so I could do it on PlayStation 1. I still need to go back and finish up Ripto's Rage. And then I don't even want to think about doing Spyro 3. I don't know what it is about Spyro 3 and Crash 3, but I just don't like going through them. And I was gonna play the Reignited trilogy, but I don't have it installed. I thought I did have it installed. But it's all good. I do want to learn speedrunning for Spyro 2. I reached out to Shimp, if anybody knows or is familiar with Shimp. So hopefully, sometime soon, maybe, I can start learning Spyro 2 speedrunning from him. And I kind of want to, like, I kind of want to either do a video about it or just get him in on some streams. Maybe do some streams where he's teaching me the ways of 14 talisman runs and whatnot. Because I feel like if I were to be able to speedrun any game, it'd probably be Spyro. Let's make sure I got the gem out of this pot. Yeah. But I know for Spyro 1 it's pretty simple. You just gotta learn a lot of the paths. There's like a lot of pathing, for getting gems and whatnot. Yeah, he did some video editing for Canadian. I believe they also did a podcast together too, like a long time ago. They had some kind of podcast. I think I could do this in this version. Yep. Am I missing any gems? No. Next month on the 8th? Nice. Well, happy early birthday. There's been a lot of birthdays recently. Excuse me. The Dragonfire review of Crash 4. Yeah. He's been getting pretty up there in the speedrunning community from what I've seen recently. He's done a lot of speedrunning. For the life of me, I cannot remember where the key is for this, so I'm just gonna go on. Nice camera angle. Oh, hi. Just gonna casually walk away. Where did that go? Okay. Oh, let's... Okay. I was gonna push it towards the target. That was a jump scare. A little green dude running up on you. Oh yeah, I've heard of Deo, man. I've seen some of his speedruns, pretty cool. I was also saw
Hi, Spyro.
what's her name, Laura?
Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting
Lumi?
you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butter.
She did a stream with not Canadian, Dicarus recently, speedrunning Crash 3. Don't moon me. Scorched butt. Speaking of shimp. It can get exhausting because it takes a lot of practice. Like, you know, you mess up one thing, you have to restart the entire run. But then you have, like, again, there's just a lot of practice. So, like, you have to go in and you have to find the spots that you usually have trouble with. And you have to, like, keep doing it over and over. Like, it takes so much time. It's like, it's just so much time consuming. You have to be, like, super dedicated to learning things about it and whatnot. Where's that platform? I don't know. I think you can see it in Reignited from there. No snowball fight for you. I'd really love to learn Crash Bandicoot speedrunning. But again, it's just... Speedrunning definitely takes a lot of skill.
Wait until you grow big. Like me. Before charging those large enemies.
The Cavemen Moon Conquer, yeah. I'd really like to see a Conquer remake. That'd be sick. Holder.
Spyro, some big Gnorcs up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, no, I do love Icy Caverns too. It's a great stage. I like all like the, I guess the more laid back levels in Spyro, and yeah, Spyro 3 has so many mini games, and then you know on top of that you also have the whole Yeti boxing, as I said previously, which, you know, if you mess up that, you might as well just go ahead and restart the run if you are speedrunning. It's just so many, like, particular things about speedrunning when it comes to Spyro, or just speedrunning in general, because, like, there are certain, like, I know there's, like, certain, like, pixel-perfect things that you have to do. Some things require just hitting things at a certain angle and remembering it. You have to, like, get muscle memory for it and all that kind of stuff. But it is very satisfying to see it all, like, come together and whatnot. Like, it's just so satisfying. It's probably why a lot of people do it. Like, I'm so good at this game, dude. Like, I could just beat it in, like, an hour. It's like, whoa. How do you shave 2 hours off of a 3-hour game? Alright, you have the metal plating. Goodbye. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a snowball thrower over there. Now, why don't you have metal plating? This was a really cool thing for them to do, but I don't think they ever do it ever again. I've received over 100 messages today with restream chat. Yo, poggers. The purple dragon. Oh, hey, Mark. How you doing? If you want, I can hop in Silly Squad if you're free. Alright, cool.
You've done well, Spyro.
You've
Some
done well,
dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right.
I'm ready, alright. What, dude? What am I ready for? I just want Spyro to sound like Hunter now. I don't know. Seems like something I want. Hello, Mark. Mark? You there? I don't think Mark's reached... There he is. Someone said Mark... Nationverse said Mark has reached his destination, and I was about to say, I don't think he has.
I don't...
I'm not sure if he has or not. Hello. Let me grab the guest thing real quick.
I just woke up.
You just woke up?
Really, really good.
Imagine sound voice randomizer, Spyro as Professor. That'd be so cool.
Or they just grab random voice lines.
Yeah, they just
to
grab
play.
super random voice lines. Here, we'll put Mark right here on the side. There he goes. He's reached his destination. Transition. There we go. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and set up a separate audio source for the game and for Discord, so I can adjust the audio accordingly. Oh. There we go. Chat is doing pretty okay, I believe.
Getting both chats up.
Nice.
We're double streaming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. And then, actually, let me take Studio off. Application. Spyro, my friend.
Oh, dude, I love him so much. Gildas is my favorite.
No, that's not the thing. That's the thing. Okay. Let me know how you guys can hear Mark, if he sounds quiet and all that kind of stuff.
Am I audible?
Audible.com. Not sponsored.
I was gonna say not sponsored.
Though, Audible, if you're looking for a sellout.
You've come to the right place.
You've come to the right place, my friend. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm tired, but I will recuperate over time.
Feel that? You're telling what now?
I kept telling Miharu because whenever we do a Spyro or Crash related project where voiceover submissions are needed, we keep getting Smaz showing up, and he's awesome. He's been part of the community for a very long time, and his voice is so fucking goddamn good. I'm like, dude, he needs to do like audiobooks or something, because I could listen to his voice forever.
I feel that. Sometimes people just got that voice.
Hell yeah.
It's like someone was telling me the other day, like, yo, Dave, you should be a radio host or something. It's like, I don't think I'd do very well as a radio host. They're like, but you got the voice for it. I'm like, I mean, maybe. Hey, Frankie, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey, yo. It's Sleepy Mark times.
Thank you for releasing me.
So formal. Thank you for releasing me. And here, I'll do this. So now you can see it in real time. Whoa!
Ooh.
Have you ever attempted speedrunning, Spyro?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I do what I like to call personally speed walk. I speed walk.
Speed walk? You speed walk games?
I can play Spyro fast, but I cannot speed run the game.
Okay.
Because if you remember, we did like the Sparksless run. See you later. We did our like Sparksless race that one time, and we did like some other Spyro race at another different time.
We did
with the Crash races. We did. I don't know if you were. I can't tell. I can't remember if you were part of it or if you were just commentating. But
Don't
there was a
even
couple of us that.
remember.
Who was part of that? I know Abdul was one of the participants. I think Frederick was one.
Like, I
there was
remember us
me.
doing a Spyro race. I just didn't know if it was Sparksless or not.
I can't. Well, that's why I can't remember if we did two different Spyro races or if the only Spyro race we've ever conducted was the Sparkless one. But there certainly is a Sparkless one because I asked Fez to do the thumbnail art for it.
Maybe I was a commentator and I just didn't realize it was a Sparksless run.
I think I won that one. I can't remember, but I can play the game fast, but I can't speedrun it. Because I saw you guys talking about Deo earlier. Yeah, no, I am nowhere. I can't put myself even.
I don't even see how Deo does
anyone. A shitload of practice.
I mean, yeah, for sure. But my God, dude, just I'm watching some of his streams. I'm like, God, how? When?
Yeah, we had him on the Spyro cast, or Miharu had him on, and then I wanted to talk to him as well, so I appeared as like a secondary like commentator with him or host, a co-host, and a
co-host.
She had him on as a guest, and it was fun talking to him. Plus, he would appear in her streams sometimes. He's been really busy with all the speedrunning stuff, so
Oh yeah, I mean, I know this is the time of year where speedrunning events kick off.
Yeah. I think SGDQ is going either right now or it's like ending or it ended, something like that.
Maybe, I don't know. I've seen Shimp talking about it.
Deo did take Spyro 1 to several people have in the past, but Deo definitely did Spyro 1 like a year or two ago. I think something happened though during that run. I forget what happened because his time was quite higher than his usual PB, so.
I'd love to learn speedrunning. I just don't think I'd be very good at it.
Yeah, I would love to learn, because I think, I don't know exactly where it would start with someone fresh like us, but like, I think I would probably want to start with learning little tactics and then like making them into an overall like faster playstyle.
I was talking to Shimp about it because I was asking if, you know, if he ever had the time, could he teach me? And he's like, yeah, sure, just, you know, let me see what schedule's looking like. And he told me that he'd probably teach me 14 Talisman run, just because that seems to be the easiest run for all the Spyro trilogy. Because there's always like a set path and all you're doing is just collecting 14 Talisman.
I see.
And then beating Ripto.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your.
I don't know if that's the.
Thanks, Clancy Brown.
I don't know if that was the run that, because Deo is, I believe he still is the world record holder for this game, but he was learning Spyro 2 as well. I don't know if he still is. I think he was even trying to learn 3, but I can't remember.
I was thinking about other games of speedrunning the other day, and I was playing Nitro Kart because I haven't played it in a long time. I was like, maybe I could speedrun Nitro Kart. Seems like
if I had to
choose speedrun.
If I had to choose a game to speedrun and to learn the tactics for, but it's only because of how broken it is, I would choose Twinsanity.
Twinsanity, yeah. Actually, I've seen like an insane skip that you can do at like the very beginning of the game, but it's like super hard.
Yeah. Is it the invisible hoverboard?
Do it now? I'm sorry, the game's like super loud all of a sudden.
Oh. Is it the invisible hoverboard?
No, it's not. I don't know if that's tied to it, but like there's somebody that I saw on YouTube where there's like this ball on like in the beginning area of Insanity Island. You have to do a bunch of platform to get to it, and then like they slide into the ball, and somehow they're like manipulating the physics of the slide to interact with the ball, and it gives Crash like this insane jump. So he just leaps over this area, Insanity Island, and he's just right there at the end of the game.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. It's super weird. I'll have to see if I can find it again, but like it's like I think the fastest run they got it done in like 30 minutes or something like that.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I've seen someone speed Crash to Insanity on Twitch before. Like, I'd love to learn speedrunning for Crash to Insanity, and it would be easier because it is broken, but I'd imagine because it's easier, because it's broken, it takes a lot of setting up, because you're going to have to do a lot of specific moves.
Yeah, for sure. Beta M took to Insanity to a couple, not GDQ, but a couple smaller scale speedrun events. And then somebody else also just recently, I think, did a... No, someone did a... Speaking of, someone did do a Nitro Kart run at this SGDQ. It's the one going on, again, I believe right now. Let me check.
Okay.
I found that to be very interesting. Like, of all the games to choose, because usually people go with either the original Naughty Dog games or Insane or Crash 4, but no, someone did Nitro Kart.
I know team racing is getting up there in popularity because of HypnoShark. I've seen some of his runs of Crash Team Racing before.
Is that who that actually... Is that the guy?
It might have been who did Nitro Kart it. Because like I know he's like the only person I've seen speedrun Crash Team Racing. Or at least the only person I've seen that's known for speedrunning Crash Team Racing. Because I didn't come in contact with him, or I didn't know of him until like I think one day I was just randomly searching up speedruns on YouTube, and his channel popped up, and I was like, I don't think I've seen anyone else as popular as him that runs Crash Team Racing. It's true. Blondes do have more fun.
Oh yeah, SGDQ ended a while back. It was the beginning of July. I thought it was still going for some reason. Let's see. Where's the Crash? Oh, it's McCooper. That's the guy. Who did it? But yeah, during the... It was near the end of the event. It was on... It went from June, 30th to July 6th, and July 5th, during that block, Nitro Kart was run.
Also, sorry, I don't know why some songs in Spyro just become too loud. I'm like constantly readjusting audio just to make sure that you're heard and that Spyro can be heard.
Please hear me. Hello.
Alright, I think that might be...
Wow, he does OG Crash 1, Nitro Kart, and fucking Wrath of Cortex.
I could see Wrath of Cortex being pretty interesting to speedrun. Ouch.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really sat down and watched a Wrath of Cortex speedrun before.
I don't think I have either. Did we see any of the Evo tournaments on YouTube? I'm not like too big into the competitive fighting space, so I know I haven't. I don't know about Mark.
Now, I don't know if it's too soon to tell. For the sake of... And I was trying to find him as well to make sure that he really was there. But, I'll say it anyway, just, because he was so, like, he was telling me that it was going on and he was really busy with it, but Matt, Kingdom Wayfinder, participated in the Street Fighter 6 block.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to find him, and I can't find him. I was going through past streams and all that, looking for Street Fighter 6 specifically. I can't find him.
Speedrunning Crash Mind of a Mutant could be a nightmare, probably. I don't even want to think about speedrunning Titans or Mind of a Mutant.
Oh, jeez. That would be interesting to watch, though, too.
It would. I don't know, speedruns in general, like, it really depends on the game for me, but, like, sometimes you can just be like, that's pretty interesting. Like, recently I've had, like, this huge obsession with watching, I don't know if anybody knows of him, but Simply, who is a Mario 64 speedrunner. I've just been watching a bunch of, like, he did a bunch of, like, 16-star race tournaments and whatnot. He has a lot of them, like, a lot of highlights up on YouTube for it. And they're pretty interesting. It's always funny to see, like, how close they are, and it's just, it gets really intense sometimes. Like speedrun races.
Yeah, those can be really intense.
But Finger Spyro?
Wahopple.
Come on, Shimp.
You have to defeat Shimp.
Yep, we have to defeat Shimp to get past. Sorry, Shimp.
You have to get the Shimp.
Ouch. Crash Bash speedrun. Has anyone tried that? Is that a thing?
Oh my god. That has to be a thing. Let me see.
What would you even do?
Yeah, how do you do a speedrun if it's all minigames? I guess there is.
You must have to be super lucky with the timing of things, because I know some of those minigames, like, heavily rely on RNG.
Yeah.
You have to pray to the RNGesus and just pray that you get the right RNG, I guess. I don't know. Shimp Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, there's usually, there's like 80%, 2-player. No, there's a few out there.
Huh.
Wow.
I'm missing a blue gem somewhere.
Where's the blue gem? Is there a chest, a little pop-up chest you didn't get?
I mean, if I don't find it, it's not gonna bother me because I'm not really going for 100%, but...
Damn.
I just find it interesting. I've 100%ed this game like 5 times. Oh, there it is.
Oh. Spyro 1, because of how just lax it is, like, I feel like and since at this point I know where everything is, I feel I can't play this without going for 120.
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty relaxed, and I pretty much have an idea of where everything is as much as I've beaten it. But, like, I think I'm just at the point where it's just like, you know, it's not gonna bother me if I don't get everything.
Yeah.
I'll try to, but if I'm missing, like, a 5-er or something, I'm just like, eh. Alright, maybe next time. Because I don't want to, like, lose my mind backtracking the entire level just to find one singular gem.
Yeah. Especially before the advent of, the gem finder.
I thought I got the key.
Oh, I think you got the key, but then didn't get the chest, so you get the key again.
Right, it resets. I forget. I forgot. I forgot. Do I like Gex? I'm indifferent to it. Like, I think he's a funny character. But I don't think I've ever really played a game and have been, like, super obsessed with it or anything like that.
I've only played a little bit of Enter the Gecko.
Into the Gecko. Is that the third one?
Yeah.
I've watched people play Gex, and it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty fun. I don't know. It just, I feel like Gex kind of lacks something that Spyro and Crash has.
Yeah, it definitely has its own vibe, which is cool, but that also depends if you like a character that just fucking talks nonstop and makes references all the time.
Yeah, Bubsy.
Yeah. And then, of course, people get pissed if you say, oh, Bubsy's just Gex, but bad. And it's like, well, do you compare the two? It's like,
I
but
can't
they both
believe
talk and
Bubsy's
don't shut
coming
up.
back.
And they're both coming back. I think the funniest thing is that they styled the Bubsy trailer after the Gex trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
It starts out the exact same way, and then the Gex reveal was really cool, and like, I know
don't
Jeremiah
know
Isaiah, like,
what they did with Bubsy's voice for that one, though.
I don't know.
Hey.
His voice has been really different ever since 3D.
It has been,
really...
but I feel like that's like the worst take whoever they used for that trailer. No offense, but like, just you can't convince me that was Bubsy.
I was gonna say, get the thief.
Also, welcome to the YouTube side, Princess. How you doing? You were previously over on Twitter.
Crash Tag Team Racing speedrun. I'm sure. Oh, there's got to be plenty of those.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's like probably super easy to get through.
All you really need to do, because you don't have to do any of the character missions to unlock them or get their cars. All you have to do is just get enough crystals to unlock the power gems.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Okay. Because usually I feel like I leave a gem behind back there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really funny because I've always told the story of how I actually never got too far in Spyro when I was like a little kid. My mom used to love this game back in the day, and she used to be really good at it, and so she got further than I did because I always would get stuck around Peacekeepers, and so I would watch her get past that and come like here and everything. And the vague memories I have as a small kid of her coming here, I remember the sounds the wizards make always like didn't scare me, but they like unnerved me. They just sounded really weird to me at the time. I thought that was really funny.
Die.
Did you
I didn't come over here whatsoever.
You didn't flame like a fan chest, and the fan belt didn't jump off and hit him?
No, because he would have been right here, or somewhere right here. I went for the wizard that was over here, and then I came back. Maybe I accidentally despawned him somehow? I don't know.
I don't know.
Where did that wizard go?
Let's see if Fez wants to hop in.
Yeah.
He wanted to stream Jake, but I think he saw that we were already in Silly's Corner.
Jake.
Jack and Dak.
Jack and Dick. See, I was gonna ask Fez, but I didn't know if he was already playing like multiverses or anything because season 2 came out today.
Ooh.
And they added Samurai Jack.
Yeah, I saw. And then Beetlejuice is coming.
Yep. Unfortunately, 2 characters that I don't really care about, but it's okay. I saw some leaks. I won't say anything, but there's a character that got leaked, and oh, they look so good. Really love the art style. I can't wait to play as them. All 3 of them.
Oh?
Oh.
I was gonna say.
Wizard, you're such a nice guy for making me stairs.
Do you, who are your ideal peeps that you want in now? With how big the cast is?
See, it's so hard to, because, like, the characters that I saw leaked today have pretty much been the ones that I've been wanting from the beginning.
Oh.
So, like, trying to, like, say, or, well, you know what? Okay.
Of course not.
Technically, they could do it. I don't know if they'll be able to, but I'd really love to see Goku.
Goku.
Or someone from Dragon Ball. I'd love to see Goku, Piccolo, just some kind of Dragon Ball rep, just because, like, Cartoon Network technically was the network that first aired Dragon Ball over here.
That'd be cool. Ooh, is that just enough? Oh shit.
Surprisingly.
That was a scary glide.
It really was.
You know, Goku would be an interesting choice because then they can have a lot of fun with the marketing of him being in the game with like Shaggy and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely. And plus, I mean, like, they started airing Dragon Ball Z Kai again on Adult Swim in the Toonami block. So, like, it's just like, why not?
It'd be pretty funny.
Favorite level is Alpine Ridge. Nice. I do love the Alpine of the Ridge. Alpine Riz, as Riz would probably call it. I don't know.
Are you gonna do the glitch? Are you gonna try and catch the thief early by flying through the wall?
You can do that? What? Huh?
It's gonna. It's it's not right now. It's coming up ahead, but I'll let you know how you can do it.
All right.
Yeah, there's a part where they just.
Oh.
Whoa. There's a section of the mountainside wall where they just didn't bother coding collision, so you could just phase right through it.
That sounds wonderful. To think that this game felt pretty decent when it came to collision.
I mean, of course, it's a spot where you wouldn't even think to glide to because you'd just be ramming headfirst into a wall. But it's like, why did you not bother? Like, who was that? Like,
it could have just
forget
been an oversight. They were probably just like, yeah, this seems fine.
Okay, so you can't do it right now, but I'll point it out to you because you can see it from right where you are. So you see how there's the entrance of the dragon, right?
All right.
It's a little off. Yeah, how you're doing that? It's off to the right and a little higher up. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. The wall it's right next to the entrance. Yeah, you're looking at it right there. That wall.
One.
Yeah. So from higher up.
I glide from it
up
from
there.
up there.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll just phase right through it.
Yes.
I don't believe you.
It will happen.
I don't believe you. Guys, he's setting... This is a prank.
Guys, get ready to clip it, everyone.
This is a prank.
Dave does not...
There's absolutely no... Fuck
he
you.
doesn't know.
See, even the wizard, like, onto it. It's like, see, look, this is a solid wall. You can't fly through it.
No, it's clever game design. He's teaching you that the rules of the game, but then the game's going to break those rules later. It's character development. It's character growth.
Okay.
Player growth.
You
really can't.
No, why did I do that?
Oh, God damn it. Oh.
I always wonder how people can find these glitches and ways to make things more faster. They just have too much free time on their hand.
It's called, they should have been a QA tester.
Pretty much. Pretty much. You know, I honestly feel like speedrunners would probably make the best QA tester.
No, exactly. It's actually really funny you say that because whenever I'm able to do any of my projects, I would love to, like, try and ask people of those types of... who run those types of games, whether it's a side-scroller or whatever, to be like, hey, can you, like, test some of this and just try to, like, break anything you can?
Thank you for releasing.
I know that's what they did for SpongeBob Reignited. SpongeBob Rehydrated.
Rehydrated, yeah. They got shift help.
Yeah. Hired some speedrunners to get in and... but mainly just because they wanted to make sure that it could still be sped run.
Yeah, because there were a bunch of exploits in the original game that were always used, and then they were like, well, how much of that do we keep, and how much do we like fix up?
And speaking of, there goes Fez launching multiverses.
Oh, I asked him. I said, "Hey, we're in Silly Squad if you want to join," and then no response. And now apparently he's playing multiverses.
I played so many times and so much PS2 games like Spyro and Crash, but I never thought about let's break the game. That's like the complete opposite of me. Like sometimes I can play through a game and be like, okay, this is fun, but if the game feels like it can be broken, then my mind immediately shifts to, okay, how do you break it? Which is exactly what happened to a bunch of us with Rumble. Like there were so many things about Rumble in the beginning that felt like, huh, this seems like it could easily be broken, and what do you know? We find some exploits.
But once we find exploits, everyone watches our shit, and somehow that shit trends, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna do that too.
Yeah,
and then
pretty much.
It becomes oh, that character's busted because of this like exploit, or because like they're just way too strong.
Which isn't always a bad thing. I see that gym over there. Xander.
Great.
Because
work,
you're my
Spyro. If you
Xander
keep this up, you'll learn
fall.
all the tricks of the magic crafter world.
I like his crystal wings and reignited. Okay, here we go. This is the time. This is it. So, okay, so quite literally the way, let's see, you're positioned right now. You're not going to aim for the entrance. You're going to aim for the wall straight ahead of you.
Okay, so
yes, right there, just like that.
Just glide.
Yeah, you might want like a walking start, but you could just and then go to the right a bit. The right.
Right.
That's the left. But you had the right idea.
You lied to me.
I did not lie to you. You're gonna see right now. All you had to do is just maneuver to the right a little bit.
All right. Oh fuck.
Oh. Yeah, if you need a walking start, definitely take one.
Love his little hop sound effect. All right, so
yeah, it's a that should be good, I think.
Okay.
And then move to the right again a little bit more. What? Hold on. It's supposed to work, I fucking swear. Okay, maybe you have to like get a higher jump. Guys, somebody in the chat has to back me up. You have to know this trick. Someone has to know this trick. There's nothing special. You don't set anything up. You just face the wall.
Mark lied to me, guys.
No, I didn't.
Mark lied to me.
It's not like you're gonna die if you like fail it, because you're just gonna fall to the ground.
So does this look good?
I think you have to take that walking start. You don't charge, because your jump will be yeah. Go more right, I guess, is all I can say. At that. What? Where the fuck is it?
Guys,
it's there. It's there. I'm telling you, it's there.
Mark had like this really weird dream.
No.
And he just thinks it's real.
You can phase through the wall, dude. Keep trying until you do it. I guarantee you, one of these times will be it. Maybe it has to be more right. What the what version are you playing?
I'm playing the PlayStation 1 USA version. There's no other version.
Yeah, but I mean, like, okay, silver version? Is that what you just said?
I don't know what version it is. I just have it.
Is there like a greatest hits? Like,
I don't think it's the greatest hit ROM.
Did they patch it via a differently released version? You can fucking face it. I will show you. You can face the wall. You have a good setup. They patched it. They fixed it. They fucking fixed it. They fixed it. Are you serious?
Let me see.
This is real. It's actually real.
Guys, Mark's pulling my leg right now.
I'm not yanking your chain. Here it is! Alpine Ridge wall clip. Oh, no, you have to go even more right. Okay. You weren't in the right spot. You actually weren't in the right spot. You were near the right spot. You had to keep... It was more to the right than even that. I swear. I just saw the video. Okay. I was like, why is it not fucking working?
Get your clips ready, everybody.
It's gonna happen. So it's more to the right than how you were...
So, like, right there?
Around there. Get the highest jump. There you go. There you go.
Ew.
There you go.
I'm a speedrunner now.
I was like, why the fuck is it not working? Because I didn't think you had to go that far to the right.
Alright, certified speedrunner. Put me on GDQ.
I'd never steer you wrong.
So, what speedrun are you doing today, Dave? The Alpine Ridge speedrun.
Wall clip.
Is that it? Yep. The entire game is just going to be nothing else but regular Spyro.
The rest of the game is casual, but I'm going to get that thief early.
Haven't stolen eggs only in the Magic Crafter world. Don't worry.
Only in the Magic Crafter world.
What's up, Kelvin? You're a weird unit of measurement.
Aren't they all? Nope. Motherfucker. Nope.
Oh, I swear these like little moments with precise platforming, you have to be like a golf narrator where it's like, and let's see now if he can hit the platforms, and it's looking good.
Yeah, I'm just mother budger.
Ooh. I'd probably say this is one of the trickier platforming areas in the whole game.
It definitely is. I would agree.
You have to make sure you're like right on the tip, and then you just like on the edge, and then you have to get that really high jump.
I didn't want to get exploded. All you want.
You drown.
Just waiting for Spyro to go, you are the devil! Of course.
Yeah, I was like...
I'll just, you know, I'll do, I'll just leave. I'll just leave now. I'll take my leave.
You won this time. 3 chests.
You won this time, firework. Cause baby, you're a firework.
I was gonna... Oh, get that green gem over there. All right.
Oh well.
That lone little green gem.
There'll be a lone little green gem for more. Have you tried getting 100% completion on Mario Wonder?
Yes.
Ask Nationverse.
Oh, yeah, I already did that. I was supposed to do a quick reviews video on Mario Wonder, and I never got around to it. Maybe I'll do it in the future. The script's written. I just didn't have time to, like, fucking record it. But,
Right.
I can say just a little tiny bit of what my overall... I mean, obviously the game itself is fucking amazing, and I love it, and it's such a good 2D Mario game. It's a super breath of fresh air after all the new Super Mario Brother games we've gotten. The only thing, and it's the only element, really, literally the only element that makes me go, oh, why'd they design it this way, are the badges. Because the badges are substitutes for, like, different movesets and different overall ways to move. And so, the thing, though, is that you get so many of them, and they're not really required for anything. Some of them can be, because some of them, give you the means to do kind of like the same moves. So there's a couple that make you bounce really high or get an extra distance from your jump or whatever the case may be. So you've got options, right? So there is no real for secrets and things in different levels that require a badge of that sort. There is no real specification as long as you have like a correct one. Oh, we're coming up to supercharge. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, you skipped it. Supercharge.
The supercharge.
Excellent.
Excellent.
So oh, you're gonna do the do the supercharge trick.
What's the supercharge trick?
You take the ramp, you immediately jet to the right, and you swivel around and go into the cave and break the chest so you don't have to use the key. You gotta know where it is though. You literally just arch your way around, and then there's the little crevice in the cave right there.
Right there. Oh,
Let's
I thought
see.
you meant over on the waterfall. Isn't that where the key is?
There's a secret little hole. It's not the waterfall. It's a little glide around. It's hard to see from that angle, but if you glide over there, you'll see it.
All right, hold on. Oh, over here. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see now.
So you jump from like right around there on the supercharge.
From right around here.
Not down here, up on top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't look like a ramp, but
it's sort of like a treetops kind of thing.
it kind of, yeah.
Okay. So I jump from here.
No. So you're gonna take the ramp down.
Right.
Watch. Let's walk it. Don't actually charge through, but go down to the
Yeah.
So walk down.
I would just do this.
Arch all the way to the right.
And do that.
And then go not down there to the left.
Right here.
Right there. And then boom, you're gonna
Okay. All right. I see. I'll be a speedrunner yet.
Yay! Nice.
Clean.
And then the key will disappear if you go and look for it. So I said about Mario Wonder.
They would do that.
That'd be funny if it was just there and it's like, no.
Yeah.
Unlock it normal.
Unlock it normally.
Yeah, so the badges, they don't really teach you. I mean, they teach you how to use them, but I mean, they don't incentivize you to actually equip very specific ones. Like I said, there's some leeway with a couple of them for finding some secrets, but they want you to be constantly using different badges and whatever, which is not necessary at all because the rest of the level design is not, the platforming and all that stuff is not centered around the badges. So you don't really need them for any main platforming stuff. It's only for like a couple secrets here and there, not even like all the time. And then by the fucking end of the game, they start quizzing you in the sense that like, rather they start challenging you by giving you these ultra hard, you know how Mario has to do their ultra hard levels at the very end of the game. So you've got a pure platforming, really difficult level, and they go, oh, it's the final challenge. But then, of course, they have to fucking, like, pull the wool over your eyes. You beat that shit, then it's like, oh, here's the final challenge. And then it's this other level, and it's, like, the hardest level in the game. And every room you go through, every screen you clear, it's a different badge. And it's like, and it takes that platforming with those badges to the extreme. And it's like, dude, you did not prep me for this. Why? That's the reason why this is so hard. You didn't prep me for this. Like, no wonder why this shit's too challenging. Oh, hold on.
Yep.
Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go do something.
Okay.
Bye.
Alright. I don't know if that's a game I'll ever play. Mario Wonder. Not that I have anything against it. I'm just not, like, I guess that big of a 2D Mario guy. I never have been, really. Come here, you little runt. Oh, you don't. No, you don't. Get back out. Get back out. Gonna wish that you weren't so blue. Did that make him blue because Sonic's fast? These are the real questions you gotta ask. Wee. Do the fairies have the same sound effect as some of these gyms? That's what it sounds like. Oh, I forgot about you. You're a special kind. Spyro, my friend. There we go. Dragon egg collected. I believe it just... Wee. I love these thieves. They're pretty fun. Ouch. We gotta get this dragon. Who are you? Ajax, the Deadpool villain.
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong,
Also
like
detergent,
I'll
or something
squash
like
'em
that.
all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you
The
invincible.
supercharge makes you invincible. I do not like how those bugs look in HD. Always creep me out. Okay, I got everything over there, got everything over there. Back up the supercharge. And I lose it. Like an idiot. Oh, that time the fairies didn't even make the gleaming sound. They just knew that I was an idiot. I probably went the wrong way. You and me both. It is my most anticipated movie trailer of the year, and I don't know why it's not come out yet. I mean, it is true that they start promoting majority of the Sonic movies like 4 months before, because that's what's happened in the past. Each time a Sonic movie has come out, they've always done promotions for it 4 months before its initial release. I just was kind of hoping it was going to be this month, because I'm just really curious about it, and I don't know, it's just really interesting that they haven't done anything. For whatever reason, I've heard that, like, one of the main reasons they haven't posted it yet, I don't know if it's true, but, like, apparently there's just been too many movie trailers this month, so they're kind of shying away from doing it, and I'm just like, that, okay. Doesn't really make any sense. Huda. Give me a kiss. Thank you. Alright, I believe that's everything there.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Hello. We're doing some big renovations in the front yard, and we've got some dudes ripping up the lawn, and so I had to move my car.
Combining supercharge
Gotcha,
with
gotcha.
jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
No more lawn.
My mom's got big plans for the lawn. I'm gonna help her out to get some stuff put in.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, that sounds exciting.
It's an ambitious little lawn project.
Sounds pretty ambitious. And now is a better time than ever to get some yard work done.
For sure. Yeah, we don't usually hire people. We usually, this is the biggest thing that we've ever done, I guess, to the lawn in a very long time. Usually if we need to like do some yard work, we'll just do it ourselves. We're Mexican that way, but this time we hired professionals. we don't have the tools they do.
Feel that?
It looks like a fucking excavation. It looks like they're digging up dinosaur bones.
Alright. Trying to see what I'm missing.
Did you get kissed by the fairy yet?
Yep.
And make out with her?
Some Sonic 06 before Sonic 06 happened. I think I'm apparently missing a gem somewhere. Or a few.
Hit select. What you got in your inventory.
Okay.
Bye. Oh, 47. Okay. Yeah, you're missing the 13.
Yeah. Huh?
How many lives do you have, by the way? Oh,
Huh?
cool.
Oh, hi.
Fan chest. Oh,
Here we
that would be it.
go. I could just exit the level.
If we see a new Spyro and they do the same formula, I want to see them. It's not going to happen, but I would love to see them do a Spyro 1 beta thing where they put like at least one gem in the like exit portal, so you have to use the exit portal.
Mm-hmm. What do you think Nation versus Voice will sound like? I don't know. It's a good question. People think that the trailer will be a Comic-Con. I think it's pretty much been confirmed that it's not, because they're not doing like any panels or anything, but it's speculated that it could shadow drop.
Learn to fly.
Again, just gonna have to wait and see. I don't know. Definitely, probably more likely would end up at Gamescom, if anything.
No pun intended. Shadow drop.
I gotta say, I don't know why it's becoming such a popular marketing strategy to do when it comes to just shadow dropping things, but in my honest opinion, it is the absolute worst way to market anything.
The shadow drop a thing?
Yeah. I
Like,
don't see why Microsoft has started this trend, because they started it with Hi-Fi Rush. But now it's just a trend to shadow drop trailers for games, and it's just like, okay, but you do realize that kind of kills any and all kind of drive that you can have for legitimately anything.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you had spent that time actually marketing the game and hyping it up, then a lot more people would be more enticed to buy the game right away. But if you just shadow drop it, it's just like, okay, you know, game looks cool, but why would I want to buy it? Kind of situation. Yeah. Also, let me just go ahead and restart.
People aren't going to be aware of it until they hear it from everyone else. But that's usually what you want to do, yeah, at the very fucking beginning.
I don't get the strategy behind it, which, I mean, you know, you have a lot of people that look at games like Hi-Fi Rush and they go up and down, you know, the game didn't sell well. Well, there's a reason why the game didn't sell well if it didn't sell well.
Yeah.
Alright, Kraken. No problem. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Oh. It's just a delay on the collecting things. I was like, how am I missing a ring? The past few speedways I've been doing pretty decently. This one definitely always gives me trouble.
This one has a really weird, it's right here when, like, they give you 3 different options simultaneously. Yeah. You want to go for the chest, want to get the final arch, you want to go for the planes.
Wait, I am missing a ring. What the heck?
I saw it.
But it said that I collected them all. Okay. And I'm gonna lose it. How did I miss that ring? Where is that ring?
Oh, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Maybe you're. I think you were like ducking out at the last second.
Maybe. I guess. I swear it showed me collecting it though.
I think the call is to go for the planes right here after this turn.
Yeah. If I can catch up to him.
Yeah.
And what? Huh? How did the flame not hit? That's okay. Oh yeah. Okay, Spyro. Come on, he's right there. He's right there, Spyro. Get him!
Let him! Oh! Are you serious?
Oh, why did they make him like this?
Why are you this way?
Why are you this way? What are your opinions on allowing Spyro to free fly in hub worlds and stuff like that?
If they're gonna do it, it has to be some, let's see. My ideal method for implementing a free flight, and it's not even really a free flight, it's more of a transitionary thing, is kind of the way they handled it in Legend of Spyro, but they broke that shit up with, like, cutscenes and other, like, stuff, so they could load all that crap in. But with, you know, all consoles really, like, kind of slightly faster loading times, you could probably, like, have it to where, oh, if you're done with the home world, which is one giant piece of land, you could then, like, find the little area to go and launch yourself off and then just fly to the next spot, like, literally, right? But that's not exactly free flight, it's just, I think, a more seamless way to get from one spot to another. But in terms of just literally taking off whenever you want, you'd have to design the levels, if you're gonna do, because that's a Legend of Spyro move, but if you're gonna do a classic Spyro formula, you'd have to, like, really build the levels big to accommodate for it, and even then, you have to find some way to limit it, or else you could just glide to wherever you want, or fly rather to wherever you want. So it's a really tricky thing to implement.
Hello,
Get
plan.
the man.
Goodbye, plan. Alright. I'm gonna try and go for okay. Bloop and bloop and bloop and bloop and
Planes.
bloop and where's that other gold chest at? Huh?
Oh, it was the first one. The way it was way down over there.
Here, I'm gonna go for arches. Let's see. Let's change it up.
Arch.
No, Chloe, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. I'm gonna do my own thing. Huzzah.
I really hate the speedways and End of the Dragonfly because they give you absolutely nothing. Like, there's no time. I don't know if they reward you with gems like these ones do.
Talk about the third one.
No, in Enter the Dragonfly.
Oh, right. I forgot that they even had those there.
Although, now that you mention it, I don't know if Spyro 3 does it either. I don't know if they give you time back.
I don't know, because I know one's like a race, and then the other one you have to like find Hunter. And then I think it's just a normal time trial.
Yeah, Hunter, that's Spyro 3, but I think it's also 2.
Yeah, you do it in
Hunter
2 as well. But they change it to where I think you play as Hunter in 3, or there might be some instances where you're racing with Hunter. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
There's one where he's in like a speedboat and you're behind him.
Yeah,
you have to go through the rings. That's Spyro 2, if I remember right.
Yeah. Very particular with those. Alright, I think I've got it this time.
Yeah, it looks like you're on the right track. Hey.
And there we go.
Nice!
Very nice. Magic Crafters is your favorite homeworld in Spyro 1. I feel like I hear that a lot from people. I do not want to restart that. No, thank you.
Oh.
Why would you ask that?
Do you want to quit? Do you want to try again? No.
Like, and then they have the big letters in the middle screen, quit, and the options yes and no. Of course I would say yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Magic Crafters is fun. I like the music in this homeworld. I think just for the sake of nostalgia, though, and being boring, one of my favorites, like all-time favorites, is Artisans.
I would probably just go with Artisans as well.
But Peacekeepers is really good too, because not Dry Canyon. Cliff Town's one of my favorite levels.
Extra life.
Getting some lives.
Oh yeah. Meow.
Did you happen to get the 3 lives from Ice Cavern?
No, I didn't.
We could probably do with those.
Probably.
I wish this game let you fast travel.
It would be nice. Goodbye, Key. Wizard Peak.
Something, Amanda show.
Amanda show.
I just like that it wasn't even in, like, Sturkle wasn't even, like... I don't want to say he didn't try as if, like, he didn't put any effort into it. I just like the fact that it's just more of a remix than anything.
Okay. Alright. That's interesting.
Hey, y'all?
I just came across another multiverses leak. That looks... Oh, man. I don't even... I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. And that would be really interesting if they go through with that.
Oh.
All I'm gonna say is, as a franchise, I don't think anyone would expect to get into a fighting game.
Wait, hold on, sorry, say it?
I said all I'm gonna say is, as a franchise, that I don't think anyone would ever expect to get into a fighting game.
Oh?
But I guess the movie did do really well, so it probably makes sense that they'd want to capitalize on it.
Oh? Do you want to drop it in the SS?
I can DM it to you.
Private DM?
Yeah, I can DM it to you just because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else in there that might.
Sure.
There you go.
Oh, huh. That's funny. Okay, you can do it if you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna get taken down off Twitter. If I'm being honest, that account might get taken down. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
You know, I thought that it would be possible, but at the same time, I didn't think they'd actually do it. Because Warner Brothers doesn't technically own the rights to that franchise.
Yeah, I was gonna... Oh! Did the fodder just fall?
Maybe.
The fodder fell off the...
fell.
Never seen that before.
What are my thoughts on Guitar Hero? It's fun. You know, I'm not like a big rock band or big Guitar Hero guy, but it's fun.
I was into it when I was younger. I still own one. I think I own two. No, sorry, no, I do own two. I think I own three, but I can't remember if I do. I have Rocks the 80s. And then we had, what was it? Not World Tour. Was it World Tour? Or World something or other. It was on Wii.
I don't think I played any of them past the GameCube and PlayStation 2 era.
World Tour was the first one where because every other time we got a Guitar Hero game, it was always a used copy, so it never came with the guitar. But obviously it's controller compatible, so we can still... That's how I played the games. World Tour was the first one where it wasn't just the guitar, it came with the whole ass, like, we had the microphone, the drum kit, and the guitar. And it's actually really funny because that shitty Guitar Hero mic was the first microphone I ever used when I opened up this channel and Westside Studios and Vid Games 50W back in 2013. Good
That's pretty
times.
cool. I remember getting Rock Band.
We have
Weren't there
Lego
not
and
just gyms over there? Maybe it
think
was
you got
the
'em.
fodder. That looked like
Oh, yeah,
gyms.
no,
They looked
no.
like red gyms over there, but I didn't see any when I went back over there.
yeah, wrapping around that part. Yeah, no, there are no gems there. I have Lego Rock Band and Green Day Rock Band.
Oh, I forgot about Lego Rock Band. I had Lego Rock Band for the DS. I think I also had Guitar Hero for DS as well.
Welcome to Wizard Peaks.
I think Frederick talked to me about Guitar Hero on DS. I'm like, how the hell does that work? I know they made a little thing
Yeah.
to use for it, but like, it's so strange.
Yeah, it like plugs into the Game Boy Advance adapter. I think they did the same for Rock Band.
I think so.
In your opinion, you always loved it, but you only played all of them at live parties only. Yeah, I mean that seems to be the go-to with that game. Like playing it single player experience can be fun, but definitely playing with friends is where it's at.
I really like the mode where like you're playing a song with someone else, and then like the game flips between you guys, so you're taking turns playing the song. So you'd get one part, and then like immediately they'd be like, "All right, now part two's up."
Now it's up to you. Yeah,
that was always really cool. Plus, some of the quote unquote boss fights or whatever would be like that as well.
Oops.
Oh no.
You have Lego Rock Band for Wii, which you got at a garage sale a few years ago.
Yeah, I think I have it for Wii as well.
I don't think I ever had the Wii version. Gosh, dang it.
You didn't go.
Spyro, my friend.
About a hint on good. I think the last good one was Guitar Hero 5, but I never played it. And then they made Live, and it's
live is where it
doesn't look good.
like you were like, didn't you have to like buy a subscription or something?
Oh god, did they do that?
I can't remember if it was live or something. I just know that microtransactions were like super big and whatnot. You had like buy different packs,
Jesus.
I think, for different songs and such. I don't know.
No, it's dumb.
Speaking of live, just like Crash Boom Bang, Guitar Hero Live was your first or your all-time least favorite Guitar Hero game because it changed everything but Rock Band 4. Huh.
Yeah, Guitar Hero Live. Well, Rock Band 4, I think, kind of went down the same route because that's when they started to change the way the instruments look. Because everyone knows Guitar Hero for the multicolored buttons and shit, and it looks very much not like a real guitar. It's just vaguely shaped to kind of be kind of like one. But when Live came out, they redid the guitar completely, so it looks more like a real guitar, kind of. But not only that, that's not even like a bad thing about it. With the loss of the multicolored buttons, oh my god, with the with the loss of the multicolored buttons on the controller, on the guitar, means that that's not how it works in the game anymore, and they just look like generic little pegs. If anything, I think Guitar Hero tried to Live tried to model their look and style after Rock Band because it looks more like Rock Band than Guitar Hero. The pegs are different, what the little things you have to hit, and like the whole. Plus, everything is now all like pre-recorded, like live action shit, and it's like, oh, it's supposed to be you. You're the one making the band, and it's like, I know. Where's like all the cool punk rock, silly looking characters? Like, I love them.
It's so interesting looking back on that era because that's when video games for sure started to take a turn for the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's just so weird seeing like all this creativity come from this one franchise, and then fast forward to the 2010 era, And, you know, it's because we have new technology, so we can actually make them look like humans, that they're like, okay, let's make it more realistic. And I think that just really hurts the brand, in my opinion, because, like, how can you go this long with making it all creative, you know, all the different characters look cartoony and wacky and fun, and you just be like, okay, well, now we're gonna make it more realistic. Like,
yeah.
Why?
I'm pretty sure one of the characters you get to play as in 3 is like the Grim Reaper, literally, or some shit. It's like, how do you go from that to like, you and your pals are the up and it's like Tony Hawk, but in a bad way, where it's like, you guys are just little small up and coming musicians, and you get sponsors and do other shit, and then you become like a big band.
Playing
at like
put Taylor Swift in like one of the rock bands.
Did they?
I think so. I think it was like the Wii version or something.
That's weird. Yeah, and I remember good old Robert, good old Bobby was like,
There's a secret
yeah, there might be some. I think the interest is still there to revitalize Guitar Hero. I'm like, well, if you fucking do, if that division never does, they better fucking not do the same, you know, that same shit. They better like make it back to the silly punk metal.
You know, Activision.
they probably won't, or if they do, it's probably not gonna feel the same.
At this point, it's not even worth it, in my opinion, because, you know, you have Fortnite Rock Festival now, and it kind of goes ahead and takes the spot. Because that was done, I believe that was done by some of the original developers for like Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Alright, so how do you get back up there again?
Yeah, only like the realistic performances. That's the thing that exactly kills it for me. Well, along with some other stuff. Because if you were like an OG with Guitar Hero, then you would know, like, oh, there was even like some stories, because a lot of those characters would like move from game to game, so you were following the same cast of like crazy metalhead characters.
I mean, you only like the realistic performance on there, but everything else, especially guitar. I don't know.
First off,
I think it's... Do what now?
Oh no, all I was gonna say was, I think they moved it from like, or changed it from like the 5 little multicolored things to like 3 generic ones, and that's why they had to like retool the guitar for it. It's all just really weird.
Has the lighting always been like this?
What do you mean?
I don't know, it just looks like afternoon now. It looked like it was early morning when I got here, now it looks like afternoon.
Spyro 1's hidden day-night cycle.
It just looked a lot brighter. Don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm just getting back from that one stage. I'm just like,
Probably.
Yeah.
You got zapped.
Blowhard. What a name. Alright. I'm gonna go back. And get those extra lives.
No.
Oh, what am I doing?
I'm like, where you going, Dave?
I don't know.
You gonna go for those ice cavern knives?
Do you also know there's a DJ Heroes, which I actually love to? Yeah, I do remember seeing DJ Hero. I think I actually owned it, like a copy of it, but I don't think I got too big into it.
It looks more complicated, but that's probably just because I've never actually played it.
Yeah,
just
it's like
looking at how
you
it
get
works.
you get like the record controller and like you have to like spin it and press the buttons at the
Yeah.
same time too, and it can get pretty complicated.
The one thing I thought about that was cool because I'd seen some footage on YouTube was how they mash two songs together. So you're choosing a set of two songs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool from what I remember. I think I remember seeing that as well. You like DJ and mix certain songs together and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. The landscape's just so different now. Like a game like that, if it came out again, people would, the subset of people who loved it back in the day would enjoy it. But back in the day, that was a big announcement. That was like, dare I even say, like a AAA announcement, like Guitar Hero coming soon. And that's just not at all what it would be considered now.
I just don't get the angle of some of these game developers.
How so?
I don't know. It just feels like a lot of the time, a lot of games just lose charm, or a lot of game developers lose their charm.
Yeah.
I just want fun games. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like for certain games, I just disagree going for a more realistic art style or something like that. Like, it's like, you know, like, for example, I guess the Spider-Man games, like, they're good and everything, but, like, does it have to be realistic? Do they have to like real people? If I wanted to play a game with real people and I would just watch the movie or something.
I'm out of here.
But you get to be realistic Spider-Man with all the graphics.
That's
Dave,
cool.
Dave, the puddles, Dave, the puddles.
Well, don't talk to me about puddles because, as far as I know, for whatever reason, Spider-Man has the worst looking puddles of all time, according to the fan base.
And that's why they feel the need to be like, no, seriously, look at our graphics. Look at this high-end technology.
Like, it's cool, but I don't know. I feel like the game industry is moving towards more cinematic experiences with video games, which, again, really cool. Awesome that we have the technology to do that. But why? I want to play the game, not watch cutscenes.
Narrative-driven video games. I mean, there are a lot of games that did that even back in this time, like FF7.
Oh no, 100% for sure. But at least they had like something else going for it, you know? Like, you had the art style, be cartoony, and like sometimes I feel like, you know, that the story didn't overtake half of the game.
Do you think a cartoony game, and this is something I'm trying to gauge again because there's projects I would very much love to do way later into the future, but do you think a cartoony platform action adventure game can blend the charm of like a Crash and Spyro-esque type of game with a more narrative-driven thing like Uncharted, or how do you say that, these modern games that are more realistic and they have their realistic movement and control, but take that away and, you know, have the cartoony, you know, control and look and feel, but have that very like more grounded. Like it could still be like a fantasy thing or a sci-fi thing or whatever, but have like, you know, modern game implementations to it. And I don't mean like shitty practices. I just mean like have like maybe your skill trees or your fucking like upgradable shit. Have a very narrative-driven thing where
we've seen it with Sonic Frontiers. I feel like Sonic Frontiers does something similar to that.
Okay.
Where it does have a focus on narrative. And, you know, it does also take a lot from what modern gaming is nowadays. Even though it does have the realistic environment going for it, which I feel like fits for Sonic. I know a lot of people would probably argue that it doesn't, but I don't know. The landscapes and Frontiers feels like it fits very much with what Sonic is. He's always been in like realistic environments too, so like it's just like to see the backlash towards it is very weird. But I mean, like, yeah, I could see a cartoonish game kind of blending in with the narratives of what a live action, I guess, game would look like. I think my mind just goes to Sonic because that's like the only thing that comes up when it comes to like trying to blend a cartoon character with realistic environments and making it more like story driven.
I guess the only other runner-up could probably be Ratchet.
Yeah, Ratchet too. Ratchet, yeah.
Ratchet focuses a lot on like, look how detailed the lighting and the shading is, and how dense the environment is.
And I guess another one, which is kind of like an oddball, coming from Nintendo, is Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't know. For me, Luigi's Mansion got really weird after the first one.
I thought I had Sparks, but I guess that's just an instant death anyway. I'm indifferent when it comes to 2 and 3. I like 3 more than 2, but I like 1 more than both of them.
That's fair.
Like, I feel like for Luigi's Mansion 1, there's just something about the atmosphere that they neglect to bring back in 2 and 3. And maybe it's just because they're trying to be more family friendly. And it's like, you know, Luigi's Mansion 1, if you look back at it and replay it, like, yeah, there are some areas that's like kind of like, wow, you know, this is a kid's game and it's pretty scary.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 1 almost plays it straight. It's still cartoony enough to get away with, you know, saying some funny things or whatever, but like, hey, you read some of the ghosts like bios and shit, and no, they play it very straight.
It's really dark. It's super dark. So I mean, maybe they made that change just to make it more family friendly in general, which, you know, is fine. It's okay, but I just feel like by doing that, you just lose the charm of what Luigi's Mansion was.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Because it's too comedic now. Now the ghosts aren't like...
The ghosts aren't threatening. They're just there. You know, they're helping Egad, even though that's like completely strange considering they like, I don't know. Luigi's Mansion 2 changes a lot from Luigi's Mansion 1, and the reason why I don't like Luigi's Mansion 3 as much is because I feel like in its own way it tries to retcon Luigi's Mansion 1 and basically take it out of the canon. Because, like, you have all these references to Dark Moon, and even when you're about to fight King Boo, it goes through, like, a history of, like, the amount of times that Luigi's fought with King Boo, and they only show Luigi's Mansion 2 references. They never allude to Luigi's Mansion 1 mansion and stuff like that. They always pointed to Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon.
I don't like that.
And I was just like, but why? It's like that, like it was going through like the history, and it's like, oh, this is the first like time that Luigi beat King Boo, and it's referring to Dark Moon. It's like, what are you talking about?
Fucking no.
No. And then like that's another thing that I just didn't really like, the Dark Moon aspect. Like, why is there a Dark Moon now? It's like trying to give an excuse for there to be ghosts. The Dark Moon wasn't in the first one, so it just makes no sense for there to be a Dark Moon now.
Yeah, because even the ghosts themselves got retconned, because they just don't behave or act or even look nothing.
They don't look nothing like the ghost. They don't act like the ghost from Luigi's Mansion 1. And on top of that, the reason for King Boo getting out in the first place in Luigi's Mansion 2 is like the most weirdest thing. Like, Egad sold the painting at a garage sale. Huh? If it were EGAD from the first Luigi's Mansion, he'd know not to do that.
Yeah, he'd hold on tight to that shit.
That's why he had the gallery in the first place.
Watch out, Spyro.
Yeah.
The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity.
I don't know. It's just, I don't really like the direction they're taking with Luigi's Mansion, and it kind of makes me scared for Luigi's Mansion 4. Like, I enjoyed what Luigi's Mansion 3 was, but I don't think I would have called it Luigi's Mansion 3, because not technically in a mansion. But, I mean, they did do what they, you know, they did do a good job at blending 2 and 1 together, so you have, like, this gigantic place to explore while keeping some of the mission-based things intact. But I don't really vibe with the mission-based stuff that they introduced into.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, it's all of it's weird. It got way too much, and that there's new mechanics and stuff, which I think the general Luigi's Mansion becoming a franchise, I think the very idea of that is really what turned me off to it. At first, I was like, "Oh, Luigi's Mansion 2," and when it was first dropped at E3, what, like 2012 or some shit?
Yeah,
but then I was like
super excited. I was like, "Oh my god, another one!"
Yeah, and then they go, "It's for DS. Also, it's gonna look and feel way different." And it's like,
yeah, it's mission based. You go to different mansions, and I'm like, that's cool. It's like they took the feedback that the first one got and took it too literal. Right after people started realizing that the first one was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Because I know when it first came out, it was poorly received because, one, it wasn't a Mario 3D title that people wanted, and it lacked mission-based segments. And so it just feels like they looked at those things for feedback and took it too literal, and they were out of touch with what people's opinions on the game were when they were making a second one.
Yeah. I remember playing Luigi's Mansion 3 at E3 as well, and it was the first time I had touched, you know, this more modern version of Luigi's Mansion, so I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I was like, what the hell? You could, like, slam the ghost and, like, flash bang them out and shit. I was like, what?
And they also changed it to how you capture ghosts, too, because now you have to, like, charge up the light bulb of his flashlight.
Yeah! Yeah, it's so weird.
Which is, like, an interesting change. Like, I would have been fine if that was, like, a new challenging thing to add to the game. But everything else about it just felt very off.
I think it's that very type of thing where it's like, not even if it ain't broke, don't fix it, since the first one, how you're saying, which is true, very true, it did get mixed opinions and reviews when it first came out, being a GameCube launch title, but then also just the very idea of it, people didn't gel with immediately at first. But when people came to like it, and even in some cases love it, like, it had something good for it. It has a really specific charm to it, and it has a specific feel to it, and I always thought it was gonna stay standalone because of how unique it was. And so with them coming in, it's got a different art style, it's more comedic, there's way more layers on top of it. I feel like they needlessly added on to something that didn't need to continue, basically.
Yeah.
I would have been perfectly fine if Luigi's Mansion 1 was the only one.
I mean, I don't know if I would be perfectly fine with that. Like, I think, I mean, I would be perfectly fine now, knowing what 2 and 3 turned out to be.
Well, because I also mean, too, like, look how much impact specifically the first one had, because that's the type of incorporation into Luigi's personality for other games. The Poltergeist is usually the main one that you use from the first one. In Smash Bros, starting with Brawl, all that stuff was mainly fashioned after the first one, which I know was all we had at the time. But even like with 4 and Ultimate and all that, like, it was still, I think, Luigi's Mansion 1 primarily. There might be spirits and shit from the other games, but the main influence that comes from Luigi's Mansion in Luigi's personality and whatever affiliated shit in other games outside of that, it's usually modeled after the first one.
Yeah.
So for it to have that much, for the first one to have that much staying power, I would totally have been fine if there was no other games than that. If it never became a series.
Right. I don't know. I look at Luigi's Mansion 2 as, like, I guess you could say a soft reboot of the, I guess, franchise. It just sort of, it just really sucks, though, because, like, I recently played through Luigi's Mansion again, just because I wanted to, and going back and playing it and looking at it, because I was playing a little bit of 2, because the HD version came out, and I was like, you know, I was talking to somebody who's, like, a huge fan of 2. I was just like, they just, I don't know, I just don't like it as much. And he's like, oh, well, give it a try. And so I played, like, a good, like, I played through the first Mansion, and then I booted up Luigi's Mansion 1, and then I just never went back to 2. I was like, you know, there's just something about the first one that can't be beat. I just, it's fun. And not saying that Luigi's Mansion 2 can't be fun, it has its moments. But I just think the mission structure completely destroys the whole point of it.
If anything, bizarrely enough, it's kind of like Spyro. That's why I love Spyro 1 so much. And I do love 2 and 3 as well, but, like, they try to stuff so much in there and have so many other styles of play. And it's not like it takes, and I'm not even saying, because this is not what I think at all, oh, that it takes away from the Spyro gameplay, because no, for a lot of it, you're still playing as Spyro. But a lot of those minigames just, they don't control very well. The premise is just a little weird. Like, a lot of them are just, they don't always fit, I think.
Yeah.
And normally, see, if I were like a kid trying to talk about Spyro, I would, I think, just talk everything up very positively without much critique. But with how many times I come back to all 3 of the, you know, original trilogy, Spyro 1's always the one that I feel did a lot of things right, and it's just so simplistic because it was the first one, and they didn't try to, like, overstuff it, and that's because they probably couldn't, with timing limitations, whatever else. Like, that's why a lot of these first games turn out the way they do. It's usually timing and limitations. Crash 1's the same way. Like, I love Crash 1 for how simple and intricate it is, but of course, with the feedback, I guess even the game must have gotten back in the day, the platforming got a lot easier in Crash 2. They did precise, very specific platforming, very sparingly than how the first game handles it.
I mean, I really enjoy the step up that 2 brings to the table. I know it made some things easier, but I do think that they got, I don't know, when I go back to 2, I feel like there's something about the challenge that 2 also brings with the updated controls and I guess the easier platforming that I really enjoy, that I feel gets lost with 3.
Yeah.
I feel like with 3, it's like a completely different take on the game. Like, you know, 3 has its moments of difficulty, but, like, I don't know if I would say it's harder than 2 or 1.
No. See, and Crash 3's thing. So first off, yeah, and I think the reason why you would say that, and I think others would maybe agree, is because I think it might be what I'm saying. Like, they put a lot in there, and it starts to take away from the platforming, and then you've got vehicles, and you have this and that. You have, but also I think it comes from the collectibles. That's when it started to get a little too a little too stuffed with things, and I think Crash 4 took from that, and that's why it feels so just overbloated with, like, everything has to count to percentage. Nothing can just be like for fun or for a little side thing.
Spyro 4 definitely Spyro 4, Crash 4 definitely took a lot of influence from 2 and 3.
Yeah. Like, the platforming basis was definitely the first game, but then, like, all the collectathon shit is from 2 and 3.
Yeah. 2 and 3 has its moments. I still need to try out that enhanced mod for Crash 4, which I think I might do if I end up streaming Crash 4. Oh, fudge.
I talked to Fez about that mod, and the only thing that rubs me the wrong way about it is that I know it's coming from a very genuine place, so I'm not knocking anyone who made it, but like they changed up. It's the same way how I feel about the Rayman Redemption fan game mod thing, whatever. Is that it feels like they're trying, like, I don't want to sound too cynical, but it's almost like a higher fans type situation, I feel.
Oh
where it's
yeah,
like,
no, trust me, I've seen the posts. I've seen the post, and I highly disagree with when it comes to that kind of stuff, just because it's...
Yeah.
You know, yeah, they made some changes to the game, but that doesn't mean that they need to hire these people to work on the next Crash game.
Oh, no. Because what I mean by that is they shouldn't have changed up as much as they did. Like, there's weird things they did to the game through that mod that I'm just like, why? Like, a lot of the level design itself is fine. Why'd you have to split, for example? Like, why not just change some box placements or enemy placements? Because I think that's what a lot of people were struggling with. Rather than, we have to feel the need to split Dingo's and Tana's, segments in Rush Hour into 2 separate levels. We have to, like, move whole bits of level over here, or move, like, completely rearrange this bit. It feels way too far removed from what the game already was. Because the game structure itself was never the issue. It was how shit was placed, where enemies were placed, how hidden the boxes were. That's all you needed to change. Some of the hiding places for the... Because they like completely nix the need to... I don't even think they're in the mod at all. Inverted mode. And it's like, you didn't have to get rid of it. You just had to, like, change a couple things here and there.
I think
and they made it...
I think the thing with those is just basically, it becomes... I think it's not the fact that people hate it. I think some people look at it and they see it to be overwhelming.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because you're already collecting, like... What is it? 4? Not even 4. It's like... How many gems do you collect per level?
6.
Yeah, it's like 6 gems, and then you have to do it again in inverted. So you're going back and trying to find those gems again. And I think people just found it to be tedious and more overwhelming, rather than outright just being like, okay, I wish those things were never in the game. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but that's just my point of view on it. I do kind of agree with the change that they made for the, I guess, the side character levels. Because it just feels so... I don't know. It feels so weird to have a character level and then it immediately picks back up to this one part of Crash's level.
Where's the...
Where's the other? No, he's right there. I like Wild Flight too. It's just sometimes the timing can be a bit iffy.
How is it your favorite? Jesus Christ, this is my least favorite.
This is the one that gives me the most trouble.
Yeah, the patterns are everywhere. You have to like slow down sometimes just so you can get those boat Norks to catch up.
Oh.
I really wish people remember to call these flight levels and not speedways.
Flight levels.
I'm very adamant about that. I consider these to be different
than
than speedways.
Speedways because they technically are the same.
I like these having just one thing to go for, though. That's what I'm saying. They're just so simple. Then they like stuff them with a bunch more shit to do in the other games.
Hit, but okay.
Not to mention, going back to Luigi's Mansion, that they remade the first game on the 3DS, and that was next level. And how much of the charm was kept from the original? Because I know the art style was overdone.
No, I'm disappointed that they didn't do a port of that to Switch. Cause like, why wouldn't you? Where's this other boat? Did I really miss him that bad? Jeez. I don't know why they wouldn't do that, because they remade Luigi's Mansion for a lore reason, actually, because they wanted to like give a lore reason for why Guigi was a thing.
Oh, God, really?
And the lore behind it is tied to the co-op, where literally you go to the lab and you talk to EGAD, and when you're asking him to set up a co-op lobby or something, he goes, you get interrupted by EGAD from the future. And he sends over Guigi. How am I don't get it. Where is this boat at? He should have been there. I think it's the one.
There is one that you do just barely miss at the beginning, and it might be that one. It's this guy right here.
I'm just gonna get him. Forget about that gate. I'll go back for that gate.
Yeah, see, that's weird. That makes it feel like they're trying to, like, how you're saying, if Luigi's Mansion 2 can be considered a soft reboot, and 2 and 3 are their own little thing, then remaking 1 to fit that style, it's like they're retroactively trying to go back and unify everything and make everything one solid package, and I don't like that, because, again, Luigi's Mansion 1 is its own unique thing.
I just don't see why they wouldn't want to do a port of the remake. Like, yes, it got poor reviews, but that's because the 3DS literally couldn't handle it.
Why'd they even decide? That's the one thing, too, that I don't understand why Nintendo continues to do this. Why are they putting a whole-ass 3DS game, in some cases even platformers like Mario 64, onto a fucking handheld platform? Why? I don't... Why?
Because, well, I'd imagine that the reason they did it was because Luigi's Mansion 2 came out, and they were like, well, you know, maybe people want Luigi's Mansion 1 because we have 2 on the 3DS. It'd be cool if we did another take on 1. And so they did, but I don't think they fully realized, like, how, I guess, powerful 1 is. I don't know, because I know the main issue with Luigi's Mansion 3DS was just the frame rates were horrid.
Damn.
Especially in co-op. Like, you know, the base game is like 30 FPS, but with co-op and, you know, someone else going around with you as Luigi, like, that's a lot going on at the same time. So 30 FPS easily becomes like 17, 18. It starts chugging. Oh my god.
Go opposite them. Opposite them.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna lose it.
Turn to the right. Ah, that was your best run too.
Where was he? But it just, I don't know. It just makes me disappointed if the reason why they neglected to put Luigi's Mansion 1 on Switch, or refused to put it on Switch, is because of the 3DS version performing poorly. It's just, it's not fair. Like, it's not a fair assumption. It was received poorly because people couldn't play the game.
Yeah. It all just seems like a big mess, and I would just prefer if they stopped how you were saying, is there an implication that they're gonna try to make a 4 at some point?
I'd imagine that they would, considering they did Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Like, I don't see the point of them just putting Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Switch. Like, yeah, there's 3, and, like, you know, they technically did the same thing for Luigi's Mansion 2, when that came out the 3DS for, you know, remaking Luigi's Mansion 1. So I just feel like it's an implication that they might be suiting up for a 4th one, maybe. Or just, I don't even know if they'd call it Luigi's Mansion. Maybe they'll call it something different.
Hotel Mario.
Hotel Mario.
Hotel Luigi. That's just Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it should have been. I'm not slowing down enough.
Yeah. I wish you could slow down. It's really weird that you can't. In Reignited, I just use the bonking. Like, I just knock into a wall to slow down. Or to turn around fast.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Just hop up on it. I mean, it would definitely be a shame if they decide not to. How?
There's one fucking Norc. I think you have to land on that platform once you go through the arch and just wait for him.
That's what I was trying to do, but I always overshoot it somehow. Like, sometimes I'll get it, and then other times I'm just going too fast somehow.
Huh. Perch up here real quick.
Like
Oh.
that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm going
yeah,
too
cool.
fast. I don't know why I'm going so fast. Sometimes
Can
I'm
you-
there slowly.
Can you not hit triangle to, like, do a little...
No.
I know you can't hover, but you can't just drop down.
Pressing triangle doesn't do anything. Oh
Damn.
my goodness. Wild Flight is certainly one that you
Stupid.
just have to be really good at, I guess. I like the music. There.
I remember in the behind the scenes, Stuart Copeland showed how he made the music.
Oh yeah.
He was showing his like program and.
What do you mean? What do you
mean? No. He was showing off his instrumentation, like all the different like things he had in his program.
Oh.
And he just started making the song.
You're not too.
He was
late.
like, just... it was really funny.
But yeah, it's.
Spot.
I don't know. I don't understand how he came up with so many bops. Dude was on a roll.
Yeah. I think that's why Spyro 1 soundtrack is my favorite. I want to do some type of video about Spyro's music. I'm trying to figure out what angle I want to tackle. Like, if I'm talking about just one game, which will likely be this one, or if I want to tackle the whole trilogy, or tackle, like, I don't know what to tackle yet, but I want to do a video on Spyro's music, because I feel it's very warranted, because the music's so good. Also, though, because the feel changed a lot between the first 3 games. So it can retroactively then become like, oh, why I prefer this soundtrack over this soundtrack. Because some songs in Spyro 3 just don't really sound like Spyro music.
No, and I think that's partially because I don't think Copeland did the entire track for
It
3.
was-
I
it
think
was-
it had some other people on it.
Yeah, it was a dude named Ryan Beveridge. Yeah, so the ones that definitely don't sound like Copeland probably weren't.
Blunt.
Weren't.
Which is interesting because while, you know, while it's not Copeland, they did get some of the songs feel like Copeland. Almost.
Yeah. And,
Like,
and
my
because
favorite song from Spyro 2 is Blizzard. Blizzard Peak, is that what it's called?
Blizzard, I'm trying to think of.
No, it has Blizzard
Describe
in
the
the
level.
title. It's a snow level. It's like do 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 do.
Oh, that's from Spyro 3.
Blizzard in the... Yeah, Spyro 3.
No, not Blizzard. Oh, why am I forgetting the fucking name?
Is it not Blizzard? I thought Blizzard was in the title.
No, what the hell is that level called? For some reason, I keep forgetting the name of it.
No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. Oh, okay.
Oh no!
I'll catch you later.
Levels, where are the levels? It starts with an A. The first, it's 2 words. First one's an A. It's not Alpine Ridge. I keep thinking that's what it is. Oh, never mind. It's Frozen Altars.
Frozen Altars. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why I thought Blizzard was in the title.
Blizzard Bluff.
Blizzard Bluff.
Every time I hear that, I have to do Smee from Peter Pan when he says "Blind Man's Bluff."
No time to say goodbye, hello, I'm late. Is this a song I'm not familiar with?
Yeah, actually, I like that song a lot too. I don't even know if that was Copeland or not. Because his sound changed in Spyro 3 as well. It doesn't sound like this.
Yeah.
It sounds a little different.
Did he do Year of the Dragonfly? Or Enter the Dragonfly?
He did. It was him and some other people, but he was the only one that got the credit.
How nice of them.
I forget why that happened, but yeah.
It's probably some kind of Universal BS.
Probably.
I'm surprised I have not gotten a game over yet.
You've been keeping
Year of the
Spyro
Dragonfly.
just live enough. Year
My
of the
favorite
Dragonfly.
Spyro game.
That reminds me of when one of the first videos I saw of me and Haru, like around the time we first met, because it was right at the cusp of E3 2018 when Reignited was just announced, and or rather a little after it was just announced because it was announced in April. It's been eaten.
I pressed the flame button. I guess the flame didn't want to come out.
They were doing a preview, an E3 preview of Spyro, and they had what's his name from Easy Allies there, Kyle Bosman, and he was trying to talk about some of the other games, and he was trying to say Spyro 3, I think, but he said like Enter the Dragon, and they were like, and Miharu did a reaction of that presentation because it shows footage of like treetops and shit, and the way she just goes, "It's Year of the Dragon," like it's really funny. She got very cross with him. Enter the Dragon. Year of the Dragonfly.
Oh, okay. No jump for me. And there's a death.
No hit, Frog Cave. No hit. No death.
No promises.
That was the perfect response.
I could do it in Reignited. Not so sure about this one.
Definitely use the range of your flame.
Ouch.
Oh.
Well, I'm not in the cave yet, technically.
Yeah. Here's where it matters.
Yep.
These little hopping fools. Well, immediately.
Yep.
Oh no. Okay, Deathless
Sparks.
Run.
Deathless Run?
Forget Hitless, just Deathless Cave. Never mind.
It's the way they position those enemies.
Yeah.
Like, I'm either gonna get hit by the frog or I'm gonna hit by the person behind the shield. How?
Yeah.
That person wasn't
See?
even paying attention. Hey, how's it going?
Try to go for the
This
frogs
guy
first
named
in there.
Spyro. Do I?
Spyro. When you're in the cave, go for the frogs first. Ignore the Norcs. See if that might, because they don't attack super fast. Oh.
Ouch.
Ah, I still got you. Okay, well,
Ouch.
this was at least a better run. You got through it.
Yeah.
Extra life.
Ah!
Sick.
Damon.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since
Where's
I was
Stefan?
your age. Oh no. Why?
I don't think anyone's gonna
remember-
get that reference.
Gotta go.
All right. See you later, Rocco.
Oh God, what was their last name? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I forget.
Who are you talking about?
I made a Vampire Diaries joke because there's Damon and then there's his brother Stefan. It's a show. That was certainly a
So
show.
I've heard. Wait. How am I? Wait. Oh.
I don't know why I did that.
I don't even know where I'm supposed to go, honestly.
Yeah, it's straight back to that little grassy area. Because you're gonna be back around to where you started before you
So I
went
glide
to the
from here,
cave.
right?
From there, and you just go straight ahead. Now you're back over here.
It has been quite some time since I played Spyro 1. Like, some of it's there, but not all of it's there.
Some memories have been retained.
Yes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's do it.
What? What?
Who's
You
gonna
want
do
some?
it? Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? Yeah, that's right. What's your favorite level from Spyro?
Cliff Town's up there.
Thank you for
Um,
releasing me.
It's probably one of my all-time favorites. What other levels do I like? Let's see. I mean, Stonehill, again, being boring. First level, I did a video on it.
Bro.
Sproul. What up, Frederick?
Hello, Frederick.
Let's see. High Caves is really fun. I got a couple different favorite levels.
Oh, you want to run around them now?
That's cheating.
You're not supposed to be smart.
Let's talk about how...
Go on.
Oh, what were you going to say real quick?
I was just going to say, I wonder how possible it would be to mod Spyro to have, like, adaptive AI.
Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out
Oh.
and squish them and squash them!
So, like, as you're progressing through the game, like, the enemies are, like, learning your, like, move set, like, how you control Spyro and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fucking crazy.
I don't think it'd be possible, but I think it'd be pretty cool to see.
I was gonna say, let's talk about how let's talk about how High Caves has different music that plays in the Japanese version, and I don't think it's as good as our version.
I don't think I've ever heard it. I didn't even know it had different music.
Her always disagrees with me. She's like, "It's fine." I'm like, but it doesn't match the environment." I think it's the Japanese, or it's the PAL version, or both.
No, Spyro. No.
Oh yeah. Well, as you can see, I'm doing no, Spyro. But yeah, I'm doing alright. Doing A-okay. I know Cortex has a different theme in the Japanese version. I'm always...
Does he? Oh yeah, he does. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But I think it's only for one. What?
I haven't played... What is happening with your jobs? I think you have to take a. I think it has to be a walking start. I don't know if you could just jump from a standstill.
I used to be able to, or maybe I'm just thinking of reignited. Okay.
I don't know. Well, no, don't have sparks anymore.
And now I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Do you remember how in? I don't think 2 and 3 do this. I think it's just this game for whatever reason. But if you stay in a level long enough, in select levels they have alternate music that plays after like a while of just staying. I'm talking like no, here in the original Spyro 1.
Yeah.
So if you stay in a level long enough, but I don't think it's every level. I think it's a specific set, like very specific levels. If you stay in them, not stand still, but if you just stay in them for like over 30 minutes or something, upon one of the loops, you know how the music fades in and out. Upon one of the fade outs of the normal level music, another song, like a different song, will fade in for a little while after that. And I'm not sure why that happens. I don't know why they had Stuart Copeland do so much like alternate music that they would end up using. It's really strange. It's cool, but it's strange. And the one that plays, there's one in particular that plays that already kind of sounds like, you know, it's alternate level music. That's all it's supposed to be. But then for whatever reason, they replaced some of the tracks in Spyro 1 for the other regions. And in High Caves, like the one they replaced it with, it sounds very much like one of those alternate themes. And I'm just like, yeah, but like, why? Like, in general, it's weird because I don't think it matches the environment very well. I think the original, our song for High Caves fits. And I know that they ended up taking that song, spinning it up a little, and adding some extra instrumentation to it for Treetops. But I think both are both variants of that song, that theme, as you're gonna hear right now. I think they both fit. Yeah, listen to this. This is just High Caves, but faster.
Oh, yeah.
And with some extra little instrumentation, like a little percussion to it. So I guess they must have thought, oh, it sounds it's the same theme, and it's like, who cares? Like if you don't do it very often, but you do have like at least one repeat, like kind of musical thing, but you change it just enough. So to me, that just reads to me like, oh, it's like an evolution, right? Because this level feels a lot like High Caves, because High Caves is this vast expanse of just mountainous land that you have to just make these long glides in between, right?
Yeah.
And so the grandioseness of the music with the with that you can hear it now, the like orchestral sound it has, it makes it feel big, and it makes it sound big, the music. And this level carries a lot of those themes because you're literally in these treetops, and it's nothing but bottomless pit below. So like,
Yeah.
that's why they sped it up, added some extra instrumentation, so it feels a bit more like there's more stakes. But that's how I read it. I guess not everyone reads it that way, and so they were like, "Ooh, fucking put a new theme in there," and it just doesn't sound as good. It's not even as memorable. I don't even know how it goes. It's like in a different key, and it sounds all fucking weird. I don't know.
I like Reignited Spyro, but something about the classics just feel better to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't really call it nostalgia because I didn't grow up with Spyro.
That's interesting.
I just think I like the PS1 aesthetic a lot.
Yeah, Spyro and Crash were some of the better looking PS1 games, for as early as they were. There's a Crash even more so, starting in '96. Like, it's a very good looking game. Like, I fully believe, because they don't have anything like inherently '90s that in the look, in the actual like visual style, there isn't anything inherently '90s about these games. They have really nice, ideas for level design and stuff, and it feels like a fully realized, fleshed out world for both Crash and Spyro. So the only thing '90s and quote unquote outdated is probably just the look, like the polygonalness of it. But even then, like, indie games are trying to bring back the N64 and PS1 style anyway.
Yeah, that was very true. Which is very interesting to see.
I like that we're in that era, because back when I guess it must have been like the 2000s, like late 2000s, when the 80s were only 20 years ago. At that point, 2D side scrollers with pixel art were starting to get excuse me, they were starting to phase out. And so indies, starting with like Meat Boy and all that, started to repopularize them. And so now, like, the easiest indie game to make, I feel, is something like 8-bit or 16-bit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's plenty of games like that, and they do different things. Having modern tech, but having the old school feel. You can do a lot of cool things with that, and a lot of people have. They're really cool games that mess with like surrealism or just a fantasy setting or like a sci-fi setting, but it's all pixel art and it's really cool. But now that we're getting into the era where these games are 30 years old, Jesus Christ. Now we're yearning for like the old polygonal stuff to come back, and now we're seeing that in a lot of indie games. You have like Double Shake, you have Pseudo Regalia, I think, does it. You have a lot of like N64 style platformer indie games that like try to recapture that style. The skyboxes in the PS1 Spyro games should be hung up in museums. No, they're so fucking good, dude.
Tori 3D, yeah, I like Tori. Tori's pretty fun.
I don't think I'm familiar with that.
It's a little duck.
Oh.
Little duck platformer. That's
Oh.
pretty cheap to get, actually. It's like $3 on Steam. I think
Oh, yeah,
this
this
like
definitely looks like
99¢.
this one. That's cool. Yeah, this super looks like a PS1 game. Has that like Tomba feel.
What? Oh, it has the Tama feel, yeah.
It looks like it has Tomba feel. Yeah. It's also like a 3D. It has like elements of a bunch of different shit. What was that one game that came out? It has a very weird name. Psycho Sybil or something like that. That's just a straight like that game. It's an indie game. It came out a couple of years ago. It was so totally obviously inspired by Crash 1, like the original Crash 1, because
I know what you're talking about now.
yeah, it's got the strip platforming. It looks like a PS1 game. The boss
really difficult.
Is it? I've never played it.
It's super difficult. I got to like I think the first boss, and I still can't beat it. It's like super pattern based and whatnot, and it can be quite the chore to get through. But the level design, yeah, no, that's 100% Crash Bandicoot inspired.
And that's what I was saying before, like, I think it's unnecessary, and it's definitely something that should not be said today of all eras, like all decades, for people saying, because people look at Astro and go, oh man, we need like more platformers like this. And I'm like, you know what? AAA dudes are not going to be making platformers with this amount of care and detail anytime soon. I would love for that to happen again. We can only wait for it to potentially happen again. Support indies. Find indies that are of the platformer type that either do or don't have that style to it. If you're looking specifically for a nostalgic feel, seek out games like that have that old N64 PS1 look. Otherwise, just look for indie platformers. Play Hat in Time. Play other games like that. Support those types of platformers. They're there. They're still... Platformers are still around. Indie people are making them. I really don't like when people say that platformers are dead again, and just because Crash isn't around and the last game is no longer supported, that all of a sudden there are just no platformers. It's like that can be far from the truth. Further.
Well, I think people are just saying like in mainstream media, because yeah, indies do a bunch of platformers, but I don't know.
But indies have a lot of influence as well.
No, certainly they do. The one thing that I think irks me is just the term indie.
For sure. I mean, I feel like these guys should have enough all on their own to not be labeled as such.
Yeah.
It's just the one thing to separate, like, oh, this was done on, like, a way smaller budget with a way smaller team. I mean, it's essentially the way the big AAA guys started back in the day, in these days. Yeah. But that was the scope. There was nothing else like it. You didn't have... If you had kids making their own games, they would get picked up immediately by like EA or Activision or something. That is exactly how Naughty Dog started. Because Jason and Andy made a couple computer games in the 80s, and the first game they sold, they were like... Jason was like 15, and they sold, what was it? What the fuck was the game? They sold one of their... It was like Rings of Power, or it was something else. It was, I think, Ski Craze. They sold like EA. And so that they got picked up. And by getting picked up, they went through all their other little projects, and then it wasn't until Sony got a hold of them, and Mark Cerny, they struck up that deal. That's how Crash started. It was after Way of the Warrior, because they were the only one that did, like, an actual... Okay, point being, I'm getting too off topic. They started off so small and with nothing, so you could technically call them indie back in the day. That just wasn't a term that was a thing associated with video games at the time, I guess. But the space was so different. And so now, it's up to smaller teams on smaller budgets like that to remind people these games are still... They're still around, even if the big budget guys and the guys that are well known and made a name for themselves by making Crash and Spyro and Sly and everything aren't doing those games anymore. You can still have games like that. I know that people want what they recognize, and they want those games and IP to continue. I mean, obviously I do too, but like when you just can't have that at the moment, you have to settle for the other guy, because the other guy is making sure that doesn't die.
Yeah.
You need to support the other guy as well. That's what I'm saying.
Ouch.
It's important. I mean, if I want to start making my own games, I hope I get supported. That's what I want to do.
Well, I mean, that's the main, like, fear of any indie title, I feel. Like, anybody that wants to become a game developer or start an indie endeavor. Some people just don't get support. I've seen it happen before. It's really devastating, I'd imagine, you know, putting all that time and effort into making a game and then finally getting it listed on Steam and no one, like, cares.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but I know someone, I think a while back, a couple of years ago, like, went to Twitter and was just basically upset because, like, he spent, like, 2 years or maybe even more of his life, like, developing this game that he thought everyone would enjoy. And he finally got it greenlit on Steam and released it, and no one was buying it. No one was getting it, like, no one cared, and he just, like, I could just imagine, like, the amount of stress that would cause somebody.
It's crazier if you're a single person team as well. Like, I cannot, like, it was something like that versus something like fucking Lethal Company. It is insane how.
And that's another thing too. Like, you can spend all this time developing something and this random game will come out that may be similar to it, what you're developing or something, and completely rock your world. Like, it's just, I don't know. The indie gaming space, you always have to be mindful of what's going on, I guess.
It's very cutthroat. Not only do you have to work with others, but, like, you have to make sure that you're getting out there, and that's always been the thing. That's something also, again, that Jason would talk about in a lot of those, like, what is it? I believe it's CES talks. There is a certain give and take. Like, even if you're partnering with other, you have friends in other, you know, dev teams and stuff, you still have to have this sense about you that, like, well, but we're still gonna get, you know, we still have to make our sales. We still have to, you know, make a really good product, even if we're helping you out. That's even why, you know, Crash and Spyro are so, like, integrated into one another, because they had such a good friendship, but they were also, like, playfully competing with each other on, like, well, we'll share some deets, but, like, what are we going to get from it? And so they would, like, strike little deals and do little things with each other. I don't think there's that. I haven't seen too much of that camaraderie anymore amongst indie teams.
Usually, I mean, you see it every now and then, I'd say. Like, trying to think. Like, for example, I know, I think the Freedom Planet devs had Lilac, like, show up in some other indie spin-offs or indie games. You've had Shovel Knight, you know, get represented in stuff like Smash Brothers and other fighting games.
Or even like Ukulele and all that.
Yeah, I mean, you see it happen a lot. And I mean, heck, Minecraft was considered an indie title, but now it's more of a AAA at this point.
Oh, you're right. I keep forgetting that's how it started.
Yeah, it started off as indie. Microsoft came in and bought Mojang, yep. And now it's, I guess, considered AAA.
And that's what I was saying about the impact and influence of indie games. How you said that Shovel Knight gone to Smash, Undertale stuff got it, you know, made it into Smash, and Undertale was done primarily by Toby Fox, by one dude. So like, not fully, but primarily. And so I think it's really cool that, like, it is cool when such a small team, and that's not even anything I'm striving for. I'm not saying that I'm looking to do projects so my stuff can get in and recognized by bigger, like, no, if that happens, cool, but like, it's about making something fun and making the type of game that I want to see stay alive.
I mean, I'd really love to put together my own indie team, or just a team together to do something, but it's always hard.
I want to start looking
right people.
No, for real, for real.
It's always hard finding the right people, and then like, you know, sometimes you have to ask if people could volunteer, and then maybe, you know, if things work out, then you could possibly pay them out for their work.
Yeah, and that's also where the crowdfunding comes in, like Kickstarter and all that.
Yeah. I know that's one thing, because I know Uncle Al, and I don't think he talks about it a lot, but like he's been working on an indie game for quite some time now, called Kroger's Quest.
Oh, cool.
And it's sort of like a Donkey Kong inspired game.
Oh, nice.
But his main fallback is that I think he's stated that he's just worried he's not able to pay the people that he wants to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always something that comes up, because like if you do get people that volunteer, obviously it's on their own time. So like, you know, if they're doing something else, then it comes, I wouldn't say an issue, but more of a, I don't know, like a block in the road to try and schedule, because like, you know, you want to get the roll on your game going, but like this one person that's volunteered and taken time out of their own work has joined onto the team, and you know, it just becomes more of a, I guess, more of a headache for yourself to try and maintain.
Yeah, because what the thing that I'm trying to figure out is also where to start with who would want, because it would probably have to start as volunteer work, I think.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and usually most of the time it starts off as just a group of friends that all share the same interest and are like, yeah, you know, if there's a possibility we could make money off of doing something like this, then why not?
You know,
but
all of y'all are in different time zones, and I can't find anyone.
That's
like,
also another issue. That's another issue that you'll run into, especially if it's remote work. But another issue on top of that is that, you know, sometimes you can get people that are all on board and want to do it, and then they also don't hold up their end of the bargain, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they say that they're free to do it and they're able to put such and such amount of hours into it, and then it just becomes a matter of, I mean, trying to be like, hey, look, you know, we're pretty much caught up with what we got to do, we're just waiting on you, but you also don't want to be like a jerk, I guess, and, you know, sound like you're being pushy about it. So like it just, for sure, it definitely becomes a bit of a hassle sometimes. All right. Man, I know we just have Dreamweavers and the Ga-Norc Nexus to go through. I am getting pretty tired and pretty hungry.
Yeah, this is usually our stopping point as well.
Yeah, usually a good stopping point. But yeah, I'll definitely stream this again on Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. We'll continue off where we left here in the classic Spyro, and then I guess when I get to Ripto's Rage, maybe I'll just continue the classic trend and play the classic version of Ripto's Rage as well.
Yes.
But that's gonna do it. So thank you to Mark for joining me on this journey. A little shout out over there on Twitch. If there's anything you want to plug, go ahead, do it.
Sure. First off, yes, you definitely should do the original Spyro 2, because I can point out all of the audio inconsistencies. There are a lot of really funny audio bugs in Spyro 2. But yes, so I make the video on the crash and the Spyro. Definitely check out Destination Mark over on Twitch, where right now we're going to be streaming more Hi-Fi Rush. On YouTube, we're streaming Star Fox Adventures, and actually this Friday we're playing Mario Kart 8 with some friendos, and we've got the Crash. I'm doing Crash character analysis videos. The one on Cortex just went out, and I'm already working on the next character. So give that a watch.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And you can find them at Destination Mark on YouTube.
YouTube. Here, I'm gonna type nonsense in the chat. There I am.
There he is. Go check him out. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for us. Again, thanks so much for watching to everybody that joined, and thank you, Adam Green, again for upgrading to the Supporter Plus tier. Again, later on today sometime, I'll start sorting things out so I can get some perks up and whatnot. And yeah. Take care, everybody. Bye.